Hello! Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I'm sing-songy today, apparently. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hello, Pascal. Hope you've been well. It's been a hot minute. Hope you're doing well. Hello, everybody. Welcome to not another watch-along. Not another watch-along. Oh, I'm so sorry. I slept in today's work is suddenly terrible. World is suddenly worse. And I don't even have my weed right now. Cryptids would fix all of this. 100%. 100%. The not deer solves all the problems. Mostly because they're delicious. Yeah. Life be like that sometimes. Life be like that. Sorry it's been rough. I hope it gets better soon, man, dude. Really do. I really hope so. But yes, hello, good morning, everybody. Yes, we're not doing a watch along again today. We're doing another tier list, technically, while also learning. And this one can't be embarrassing, mostly for the fact I don't know shit about cryptids, and I know it. Unlike the analog stuff, I thought I knew stuff. I was confident. Oh, lo and behold, I should not have been. That was fun. That was fun. But yeah, I don't know a lot. I know some of the big ones, right? I think I know some of the big ones. You know, like Mothman, you know, like Bigfoot, stuff like that. You know, like you got some basic ones. But like I have a list here that's let's see. I think there is 300 images. We're just gonna go as long as we can today. And we're just gonna learn about cryptids for about 4.5 hours probably. So this should be fun. But yeah, I don't know crap about that. I've listened to podcasts talk about some cryptids. I think one of them is called a baked bean boy. I don't think it's on this list though. The only cryptid I can think of right now is the one from Essie's goat story or whatever it's called. I don't think I know that one at all. I just know the basic ones. I feel like I know the basic ones, and that's about it. When it comes to like the cryptids, but like, and I think there is a Boston baked bean boy, but that's a different story entirely. And also like, I listen to like a weird podcast sometimes that talks about supernatural stuff, but you know how it is. But yeah, that's all I really know about cryptids. So this should be fascinating. Very similar to how like last week went. We're gonna do research on these, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna learn about things, and I think also the only other thing I know about cryptids is that most of the time it's like kind of like folk story stuff. A lot of times I feel like they end up being warnings, or just someone saw something. It's something like that, right? That's how much I know. If you actually don't like want to believe in cryptids, but I choose to believe, chat. I know there's a Bigfoot in every country. It's a whole species out there. I believe them. I want to believe that they are a thing. 100%. So let's get started, shall we? I'm also going to be recording this as well, so say hi to YouTube if you're not in the live stream. If you're not in the live stream, this will become a video as well. So hello, say hi, if you want, I guess. I'll spend another week editing a video. That's what I've been doing. I think I just finished yesterday. Yeah, I spent a week editing hard on a video from last week's video, so that's going to be up sometime soon. It should be fun. I still believe in those analog monsters that built the pyramids. That's fair. It's fair. I believe we actually made those, but it's fair. It's fair. You know what? I gotta trust the meme. If the meme says aliens, the memes say aliens. You know what I mean? So yes, here we are. The ultimate cryptid tier list maker. You didn't have to say it twice, but here we are. Double check your footing and what type of thing we're doing right now. From off to a great start of reading. From Bigfoot and Mothman to Trunco, huh? Trunco? And the hoop steak, what? Huh? I'm learning something new whenever I read a word. It's amazing. This tier list covers a large array of cryptids from around the world. Also, don't think I didn't see the definitive cryptid tier list with the 328 entries. This means war. I could, fun fact, something must happen. I cannot find this definitive tier list because I was curious. I was like, ultimate one. There's one with more on it? I'm sorry, I gotta go find that. Couldn't find it. Something happened. I think ultimate tier list took out definitive. I think he took him out, like personally. I think he did that. That's crazy. That's crazy, Ultimate. I can't believe you killed another tier list. That's insane. Absolute insanity. Anyway. Yeah, there's 300 images, like I said. It was made like sometime last year. If you have been here for a while, this may look familiar. I'm gonna say it. I don't care. We did look at this briefly when we did a bunch of tier lists like 8 months back. However, we're going to deep dive in it because I did not know, and we just kind of ditched it that day because like, well, I got other ones I want to do. This would be more fun if I just keep going. So, but this is our deep dive. This is our deep dive in just cryptids and on its own. You know what I mean? We're just doing that, and there's one called Champ, and that's great. Flathead. Oh wait, I love this image for it, but yes, I think I've heard of that one actually. Whatever this thing is, gotcha. Understandable. It's a reputable list if they have at least one, whatever this is. I believe it, chat. I believe it. Also, one thing I kind of like about this, they did start off with the more well-known ones in the beginning because Bigfoot, we all know Bigfoot. Do I need to look this one up? Maybe. Bigfoot I know is everywhere, and I think it's fucking fantastic of how like much Bigfoot is just everywhere. We love the notion of just a furry man just out and about living his best life. And I still see new videos of weird shit happening all the goddamn time. What was the one I saw like last year or 2 years ago? It was funny as hell. Of just this, it's just something just whipping trees down. It was kind of crazy. Like it was like they were smaller trees. They were pretty thin. However, I know the average person could not just whip that shit off just snap in half with such ease. But this thing was, and we just could never see it. Of course, because Bigfoot. He's very aware of every camera. He's very sensitive about that. He's very sensitive about his figure in these cameras, and he doesn't seem to ever be ready for him. I think that was also supposed to be a Bigfoot one. It was just like something was just whipping these trees down and then just dragging them off. I'm like, that's crazy. Also, it looked a little too professional, so I don't know. But yeah, Bigfoot's Bigfoot, man. He's fucking everywhere. Bigfoot's Bigfoot. Bigfoot is Bigfoot. I do want to know, like, what is the origins of Bigfoot? Did I spell that right? I don't think I did. Bigfoot. Wikipedia, tell me. What's your history? I want to know about that. Folklore and early records. Ecologist Robert Pyle. He's still alive. He looked like he would find a Bigfoot. Argues that most cultures have accounts of human-like giants and their folk stories expressing a need for some larger-than-life creatures. Each language had its name for the creature featured in the local version of such legends. Many names mean something like wild man or hairy man. Get to the point, you know what I mean? Just right to the point. Although other names describe common actions that was said to perform, such as eating clams or shaking trees. He's a clam eater? My God. God damn it. Is this supposed to be a painted rock with Bigfoot in it? This looks like it's more than just Bigfoot in this photo. Can we just acknowledge that? Is this supposed to be Bigfoot? Is this supposed to be like us? And is this God? Like, what's going on right now? I'm learning things. I'm absolutely learning things. European folklore traditionally had instances of the wild man of the woods or wild people, often described as a naked creature covered in hair, with only the face, feet, and hands, and in some other cases, knees, elbows, and breasts, expose those titties, remaining bare. These that sounds like very European. They just want to see titties. I understand. These European wild people range from human hermits to human-like monsters. Upon migrating to North America, myths of the wild people persisted, with documented sightings of wild people reported in what is now New York State and Pennsylvania. 2000 paper titled "Images of the Wild Man Inside the Outside Europe" stated. Okay. So, like, just forever. We've just had it forever. That's all I'm hearing right now. That's really all I'm hearing. What is this? Oh, is this the iconic footage? The footage is really funny. I actually think it's like, I don't believe it. It's just a guy in a suit. But it's such a fun, like, footage. Also, the stabilize makes it look funnier because of the fact that they stabilize everything around except for him. I just love he's just out there like, damn. These bus prices are getting crazy, man. It's insane out here. Apparently that was in 1967. Who did that? Was that Roger Patterson? Roger Patterson and his partner Robert Bob Gimlin. Gotcha. But yeah, no, they've just been around. Bigfoot has just been around. And I'm gonna be honest, he seems like a chill guy. You know, I think Bigfoot could be a chill guy or just an absolute ass. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm slightly stealing a thing from this. I am stealing this. I'm stealing this from Jago Waisaki because I think it's funny. It's like which cryptids would you have like a smoke rotation with? And I think Bigfoot was a pretty chill guy on that list. So there's a show called Smarty Pants, right? They do presentations of topics they want to talk about. Jacob Waisaki said, like, which one smoking up with which cryptids, how would it be? I butchered that sentence entirely, but you understand. He'd probably be a chill guy. I'm gonna be honest. He'd just be a chill dude. Yeah, it's honestly fascinating of like how often we're obsessed with this guy. We've become obsessed with this man. I don't think there's like any person in the world who does not know what a Bigfoot is. For fuck's sakes, we got like different versions of Bigfoot. What should we rank Bigfoot? Bigfoot, I mean, he's classic, right? I don't think he's S tier. He's pretty common. He's kind of a hoe with the people. He just like, everybody knows him. But he's pretty cool. He's classic. I say A. Why not? I say A. A makes sense to me. That makes sense. Next is the Yeti. Yeti. Yeti is just the cousin of the Bigfoot. Obviously. There's like several of those on here, isn't there? I think. I remember looking at this. We have so many different. And it always goes back to like I said, we're just obsessed of a different, just a bigger guy just vibing out in the middle of the wilderness, trying to live his best life. He's just as known. The Yeti's almost just as known. Then again, I feel like if you're not in like a certain climate, you may not. But just because since he is the cousin of the Bigfoot, I think we don't need to look him up. I think he's he's just not as cool. He sticks to himself. He's a bit more introverted, which is fine. You live your best life. That's why he's out in those snowy lands. Just wants to live his normal life. But I ain't gonna lie, you're just copying your cousin, so you're B. You're at least B, in my opinion. You gotta stay right there at B. You're still pretty cool, but let's be honest, you're stealing someone else's chick, and that's not cool, man. That's not cool. Loch Ness Monster. Gonna be honest, I know Loch Ness Monster, and actually now I'm coming back to me that I've actually heard people talk about the Loch Ness Monster a lot. Loch Ness Monster is probably one of the most boring cryptids there is. It's just a dinosaur in a lake in Ireland, which sounds cool at first, and then it's like, that's it. You know, and nothing else happens. Maybe some movement in the water, and it's supposedly not movable water. Not a lot going on. Not gonna lot going on. We don't need to look him up either. We know him. We know him. We know the Loch Ness Monster. I think the Loch Ness Monster is kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie. Especially when he like just like, that's like literally the only photo from like almost 100 years ago of the boy at the Loch Ness. He's a very boring guy. I think you're D. I want to put him there. He's our lowest one right now. He's boring. There's not a lot going on with Loch Ness. He's too shy. He's too shy to be a cryptid, in my opinion. You know what I mean? A little too shy. He's not doing a whole lot. You know? He's not doing a whole lot out there. Makes the bubbles ripple. You might see something bob for a second. He's not doing a whole lot. These guys, they're putting in the work. All right. The Yeti may have stolen Bigfoot thing, but he's still putting work out there. People want to know about him. I think people have forgotten about Loch Ness Monster a little bit, even amongst the cryptid people, because there's not a lot going on. There's just not a lot. You know what I mean? Anyway, what's next? Mothman. Mothman. I feel like Mothman is like almost just as I think more popular actually than Bigfoot. You know what I'm saying? Bigfoot is pretty fucking popular. Everybody knows Bigfoot. I think at this point, everybody knows Mothman. But here's the difference. Everybody wants Mothman. Everybody wants Mothman. He's got a town. I don't know how they gave him the keys to that city, but he has a town. He's got a whole town just dedicated to Mothman. There's people I know that want to fuck Mothman. It's crazy. What's the origins of Mothman? I want a story. Mothman origin. I'm gonna have to start doing that. I gotta be smarter about this. Yeah, he's got a statue. Look at that statue. Isn't that crazy? I think there's a VTuber that did a thing here like a year ago. But isn't that a cool... That's a crazy ass statue. That's insane. That's insane that he has his own statue, but it's so cool. I don't want to look at this AI answer for it. I want to look like somewhere else. Alright. In American folklore, Mothman is a name given to a humanoid creature that was... Yep, history. I want to look at the history. On November 15th, 1966, two young couples from Point Pleasant, Roger and Linda Scarberry, and Steve, Mary Melanette, I think that's how you say that, told police that they'd seen a large black creature whose eyes glowed red, standing at the side of the road near the TNT area, the site of former World War II munitions plant. Good morning, Salty. How's it going? Linda Scarberry described it as a slender, muscular man. She wanted that. She wanted that moth dick. I'm so sorry, Roger. You lost Linda. About 7 feet tall with white wings. However, she was unable to discern its face due to the hypnotic effect of its eyes. Distressed, the witnesses sped away, reporting that the creature flew after their car, making a screeching sound. It pursued them as far as Point Pleasant city limits. No lie though, if that was actually happened, that'd be terrifying. That would be terrifying. That would actually be a really terrifying experience. Over the next few days, more people reported similar sightings after local newspapers covered it. Is there a citation of that? Is there a paper of that? I don't need to know about the citation needed. I can't read. 2 volunteer firemen who saw it said it was a large bird with red eyes. Manson County Sheriff George Johnson believed that the sightings were due to an unusually large green horn. Had to help the customer. What's that thing? Looks scary as fuck. It's Mothman. Mothman. This is apparently a sketch from Roger of what they thought Mothman looked like. Mothman got that locks, because that's what this looks like to me. I know it's like where the eye is, but this is the iconic Mothman, which honestly is a very new. It's a newer cryptid as compared to like Bigfoot, Yeti, Loch Ness. On the newer side, he's hip. Loch Ness monster, not Loch Ness. Mothman is a hip with the kids, as they say it. And apparently Linda wanted to fuck it. So muscular. I'm adding lore to this that doesn't need to be added. The sightings were due to an unusual large green heron. Oh, okay. More you know. Contractor Neil Patridge told Johnson that when he aimed a flashlight at the creature in a nearby field, its eyes glowed like bicycle reflectors. So like, what is that called? Just a little, let's get a little nerdy about it. I think it's actually interesting. It's called that. It's a type of reflectiveness that happens to help reflect the light better, obviously, so you can see at night. It's a thing only certain animals have. Like obviously humans don't have that, but it's a really cool thing. It's just like a layer. It's just like a layer in the eye that does that or some shit. I can't remember. Additionally, he blamed the buzzing sounds from his television set and the disappearance of his German Shepherd Bandit on the creature. You know, that's fair. That's fucked up, Mothman. I know you're hungry, but that's fucked up. I lost where I was. Wildlife biologist Robert L. Smith at West Virginia University told reporters that descriptors and sightings fit the sandhill crane. Did I eat the dog? A large American crane almost as tall as a man with a 7-foot wingspan and reddish coloring around its eyes. The bird may have wandered out of its migration route and therefore was unrecognizable at first because it was not native to this region. And it ate the dog? Yeah, that's crazy. Due to the popular band of the series, fictional superhero Batman and his rogues gallery was promptly featured in the public eye, while the villain Killer Moth. Oh, they got the name because of that? Did not appear in the show. The comic book influenced both. Okay. Batman believes to have influenced the color name of Mothman in the local newspapers. Wow. That's cool. I didn't know that. Actually, I did not know that at all. That's how that Mothman got its name. Following the December 15th, 1967 collapse of the Silver Bridge and the death of 46 people, I have heard of this. The incident gave rise to the legend and connected the Mothman sightings to the bridge collapse. In the words of 50 Cent, why blame? Why say fuck me for? What the fuck? Can you imagine if Mothman was real and you got blamed for a tragedy like that? It's like, man, I wasn't even there. I was out there eating dogs. I'm like, dude, you gotta stop with the dogs. It's crazy. There's other wildlife you can eat. Yeah, but they're right there and I'm hungry. That's fucked up, Mothman. That's fucked up. You can't be doing that. It's a fucked up thing to do. But I have heard of that he got blamed for that. And like, that's funny. That's why I think I actually did hear something about like Mothman is now considered like a bad omen. If you see a Mothman, you're fucked or some shit like that. According to the Georgia newspaper, I'm not even gonna try. Good luck with that. Russian UFOologists claim the Mothman sightings in Moscow foreshadowed the 99 Russian apartment bombings. That's funny. It's like, I've never even been to Russia. I'm in West Virginia. I know I got these wings, but man, I love these mountains. I love these mountains. I would actually argue that Mothman's probably more popular, in my opinion, than Bigfoot. I'm going to be honest, because I think Bigfoot's pretty big, but like how many have got a statue of a town? And I'm pretty sure he owns it. Pretty sure Mothman owns a town. But they got also because they got his rippled abs in this town, just in the middle, and I think that's great. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Mothman's also he's probably stuck up. I think Mothman would be a little stuck up. I ain't gonna lie. If you ever met Mothman, I feel like he'd be a bit of a stuck up guy. I mean, he owns a town. He's probably a bit of a dick. But nonetheless, Mothman's pretty chill, man. I think Mothman, not pretty chill, he's pretty cool. That's what I want to say. He's pretty cool. He can be a bit of an ass. He's got that one thing where like some celebrities, like they're so popular, they become like dicks about it. And like, yeah, he's probably got that, but like he is pretty cool. You can't help that. He's pretty cool. I think Mothman's cooler than Bigfoot. Which way do you usually do first on these tier lists? Is it here or here? I'm gonna do here. I think that's the top of A, so that makes sense. I think Mothman's cooler. Mothman's a chill guy. In the sense that he's cool. Not that he's actually chill. He's a chill guy. He's a chill guy. There's a difference in inflection there, I swear to God. I swear to God. Flatwoods Monster. I only know this because of anime. In the show Dawn to Dawn, they do a lot of cryptids and aliens, because that's kind of how that, or paranormal creatures. That's like like a big part of the story in the anime Dawn to Dawn. And there's a creature called the Flatwoods Monster. In the show, it's like a cryptid, kind of, but it's mostly an alien. So like, what the fuck is the Flatwoods Monster? Not Flat Foods, Flatwoods. God bless Wiki. Wow, that's a 3D rendering of what they think it could be. That looks like an alien to me, I'm not gonna lie. Mothman would be the worst for the rotation. Mothman would be the worst, because just like moths, he's a little flaky. He's a little flaky. He's probably a little flaky in the sense that he's in and out all the time as well. He does own a town. He's a busy man. He says he'll be there, but he ends up not being. I get it. He's busy. He's a busy lad. It's understandable. But he would get a flake on that joint, and we would not want that at all. At all. That would not be fun. Or just like in the pipe and you actually smoke it. I'm like, that would not be good. Anyway, Flatwoods Monster. The Flatwoods Monster, also known as the Braxton County Monster, or Bracky, or the Phantom of the Flatwoods. This has got many names. I honestly don't think I've heard of this outside of like an anime. I really have no clue. In West Virginia folklore, oh, he's also in West Virginia. They're competing for territories. Actually, I can see them. The Flatwoods Monster is probably just a variation of Mothman, because it does look kind of similar. Both red eyes, a gray, unknowable like silhouette, also tall as shit. I can see that, but he's a little older. He's a little older, not as hip. Interesting. Should make this site bigger. There we go. Is a creature reported to have been sighted in the town of Flatwoods in Braxton, West Virginia, United States on September 12th, 1952, after a bright light crossed the night sky. Investigators now suggest the light was a meteor and the creature was a barn owl perched in a tree, with shadows make it appear to be a large humanoid. Sorry. Alright, I want to hear the history. At 7:15 p.m. specifically, on September 12, 1952, two brothers, Edward and Fred May, and their friend, Tommy Heyer, I don't know what that is, said they saw a bright object across the sky and land on the property of a local farmer, G. Bailey Fisher. The boys went home and told their mother, Kathleen May. The four of them, occupied by local children, Neil Newley and Ronnie Shaver, and Kathleen's cousin, West Virginia National Guardsman Eugene Lemon. What the fuck? They saw a thing bright sky. It's like, bring the whole town. Bring the whole town with us. We got shit to do. We got nothing else to do in 1952 at 7:15 p.m. Not a goddamn thing to do. They brought everybody. But I also love that it's like Kathleen's cousin. West Virginia National Guard, man. National Guardsman. It's very important if you have that information. Eugene Lemon went to the Fisher farm in an effort to locate whatever it was that Edward and Fred had claimed to see. The group reached the top of the hill where Nenley said they saw a pulsing red light. Lemon said he aimed a flashlight in that direction and momentarily saw a tall, man-like figure with a round, red face surrounded by a pointed hood-like shape. I think they just saw a Klansman with like weird-ass glasses. It is 1952. It could happen. I'm just saying. This picture of this creature varied. In an article for Fate magazine based on his taped recorded interviews, UFO writer Gary Barker described the creature as approximately 10 feet, 3 meters tall, with a round blood red face and a large pointed hood-like shape. Again, around the face, eye-like shapes which emitted greenish orange light, and dark black or green body. Okay. This just feels like this was like probably, this could have been Mothman in his metamorphosis. You know what? What if like Mothman Valor is stolen? What if it's stolen Valor? It was the Flatheads monster the whole time. He just went through a different phase. He went to the gym, he worked out, you know, knowing him, probably got some steroids, you know, got his shit all figured out. And now people just call him by a different name, and it's stolen valor. It's like crazy. It's like, damn, guys, I just wanted to change my life for the better. You're gonna give it to that guy over there? Crazy, man. It's crazy. I'm actually intrigued. I want to read the rest of this. May describes the figure as a small, claw-like hands, cloth-like folds, and a head that resembled the Ace of Spades. Ah. So that's how we got that figure. Gotcha. According to the story, when the figure made a hissing sound, again, I think this is like stolen valor. What if like Flatheads really is the original Mothman? If you believe in that description, it definitely is just like the same thing, just different forms. Lemon screamed and dropped his flashlight. Wait, according to the story, when the figure had made a hissing sound and glided towards the group, it's like, wah! Whoa. Lemon screamed and dropped his flashlight, causing the group to run away. A whole massive group of people. I think, how many people is this? Let's see. We got 4, 2 kids, a guardsman. So what's that, like 7 people altogether? One of them's a guardsman? You could take it out, I believe. You could take it out. Fight him. I know you can take him. And I do mean in a fight. You can take his ass. Hell yeah, easy. Throw the children first as ammunition. They can stick to his face and blind him, and you just get in there. You just get the fuck in there. Too much? Understandable. The group said that they smelled a pungent mist, and some later said that they were nauseated. The local sheriff and a deputy had been investigating reports of a crashed aircraft in the area. They searched the site of the reported monster but saw, heard, and smelled nothing. They're just out there sniffing. It's like, all right, boss, there's nothing pungent out here. I don't smell nothing. That's good work, deputy. According to the Baxter's account, the next day, A. Lee Stewart Jr., what a name, of the Braxton Democrat, claimed to have discovered skid marks in the field in an odd gummy deposit. It came in the field right after they left. That's why he was upset. Maybe that's why it was upset and attacked. Like, you are interrupting my jack-off session. I get these once a month. Poor flatheads. Flatheads? Flatheads. I'm gonna call them flats. It's gonna be very confusing if you know a certain streamer by the same name. Anyway. An odd gooey deposit. What the fuck would that mean? Which were subsequently attributed by UFO enthusiast groups as evidence of a saucer landing. Oh, that's great. I don't think I want aliens if, like, their travel left goo. That's weird. That's a bit weird for me. I think I'm good on aliens if that's what they do. The reported sightings received significant public attention, according to former news editor Hoyt Brine. Newspaper stories were carried throughout the country. Radio broadcasts were carried on large networks, and hundreds of phone calls were received from all parts of the country. The national press services rated the story number 11 for the year, while Pittsburgh newspaper sent a special reporter to cover the sighting. Oh, God. UFO and Fortin writers like Gray Baker and Ivan T. Sunderson also investigated. That sounds familiar. I don't know why. Also visit Flatwoods to investigate. This is stolen valor. This is stolen valor. Look at this. This is not. This guy doesn't even look like his description, man. This guy doesn't even look like the description they gave on what the Flatwoods monster should be. This is like stolen valor. I think Mothman stole it, but you know, what are we gonna do about it? What can we do about it at this point? He's got a town, he's got power. We gotta fight against him, Chad. We gotta rise against Mothman. Because the Flatwoods monster deserves some recognition. And because of that, he's bottom B. yeah, the Flatwoods is cool, but it's just Mothman. Right? It's just Mothman. He's the OG Mothman. And then the Mothman stole it all. It became his own entity, and that was it. 100%. Just became its own thing. And it's a shame. It's a shame, truly. That's exactly what happened. The Flatwoods monster doesn't have a town. No one thinks about him no more. It's all about Mothman. Alright. What's the next one? The Hopkinsville Goblin? Okay, that sounds great. Hopkinsville Goblin. That sounds amazing that there is literally a town that has its own goblin. We'll have you, but I'm gonna look at this first. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Hopkinsville Goblin. The Kelly Hopkinsville encounter, also known as the Hopkinsville Goblins case, or Kelly Green Men. What? Kelly Green Men case. What? Huh? What the fuck? Okay. Is a claim to close encounter with extraterrestrial beings. Oh. I thought you were trying to say we actually have goblins. Why can't we actually have goblins? I want goblins over aliens. They've been around too long. They've been fucking with us too long. So this whole encounter happened back in 1955. Like over 70 years ago at this point. Okay. They occurred near the communities of Kelly and Hopkinsville in Christian County, Kentucky. Why is it always around that area? Kentucky, West Virginia. It's all that moonshine, I bet. It's just fucking with them. United States during the night and early morning of August 21st, 22nd, 1955. UFOlogists regard it as one of the most significant and well-documented cases in the history of UFO incidents, while skeptics maintain there was no actual physical evidence that the encounter ever took place. The reports were due to the effects of excitement and misidentification of a natural phenomenon such as meteors and owls. No. It's none of this. We have goblins. My eyes just died because I want goblins. It's goblins, goddammit. It's all goblins. I don't want none of this shit with UFOs. It's actual goblins. The alleged encounter was officially classified as a hoax in the Project Blue Book files. Didn't this just come out? Files by the United States Air Force. Yeah. That's funny that it was actually brought up into that. So this was a hoax, but however, I want to know what this whole encounter was. Okay. Claims. On the evening of August 21st, 1955, 5 adults and 7 children arrived at the Hopkinsville police station claiming that small alien creatures from a spaceship had been attacking their farmhouse and that they had been holding them off with gunfire for nearly 4 hours. What? You've been fighting them? You've had your own battle and no one heard a goddamn thing? Okay, see, now it's already, now I know it's fake. Because you're popping shots of, I don't care if you are popping shots off in like 1955 in farmland, Kentucky. Someone will hear that eventually, right? Someone would hear that eventually? I think so. 2 of the adults, Elmer Sutton and Billy Ray Tyler, Billy Ray was such a common name back in the day, claimed they had been shooting at a few short, dark figures who repeatedly popped up at the doorway or peered into the window. They wanted to check out the merchandise, apparently. They were like, oh, humans! Yes! We're gonna steal your tables, bitch! I'm like, what? My tables? They just have a thing for tables. This is my lore now. This is obviously not real. I'm adding my own. The goblins wanted the tables. The real goblins wanted the tables, goddammit. Can't tell me otherwise. The Kentucky New Era, the first paper to report the incident, increased the number of creatures to 12 to 15. As a paper would do when it's a sad Saturday night. And this continues to be the number most often reported. 12, 15 of them would be crazy. Absolutely insane. Ugh. Okay. Concerned about a possible gun battle between local citizens, 4 city police officers, 5 state troopers, 3 deputy sheriffs, and 4 military police officers from the nearby United States Army Fort Campbell drove to the Stenton farmhouse located near the town of Kelly. So you're gonna tell me no one in Kelly heard that shit? 4 hours. 4 hours of popping off. I guess not. Their search yielded no evidence apart from broken windows and holes in screens, possibly the results of gunfire. Interesting. Residents of the farmhouse included Glennie Lankford, her minor children Lonnie, Charlton, and Mary, 2 grown sons from a previous marriage, Elmer Lucky Sutton, and John Charlie J.C. Sutton. Lucky and JC's respective wives. This is a whole fucking house. This is a full fucking house. Vera and Elaine. Elaine's brother. What the fuck? They were just having a hootenanny. O.P. Baker. What a name. Billy Ray Tyler and Billy Ray Tyler's wife June. Both Tylers, Lucky and Vera, were reportedly irate carnival workers. Ah, okay. Who were visiting the farmhouse. When officers returned the next day, they found the house empty. Neighbors informed them that the families had packed up and left after claiming the creature returned about 3:30 in the morning. Oh, there's more to this that we'll never know. 100%. There's more to this story than we will never know, because that's what the fuck. Even if it was a hoax, they just left. They were doing shit they were scared that they would get in trouble for it. That's 100% what was going on. 100%, man. That's crazy. Oh, this was lackluster. There's not a lot to it. We don't even know if they're actually goblins. You didn't offer why they were goblins. Why did we... Okay. How did we get the goblins, though? You just said little dudes. God, I'm still trying to shake the tiredness off me. family claims received widespread coverage in local and national press. Early articles found not to refer to early articles did not refer to little green men. The color was later added to some newspaper stories. Estimates of the size of the alleged creatures varied from 2 to 4. So they didn't even have to offer it. It's just the press did it. I hate it when that happens. I think it's funnier or more interesting when that original claims have the description. So this is all just article bullshit. It's not real. This is not real. Gray horned owl. Everyone thinks it's the owl, which is fair. It does look like the owl. So this is just always with abs though. Man, it's got pecs for days. Look at this guy. He's pecking. You see this guy? He's pecking out here. You don't exist. Top of D tier. You're worse. Wait, no. Low D tier. You suck. You suck. Loch Ness Monster is cooler than you. Because at least they kind of existed. You got one time. This is such a waste. You don't exist. You don't get to be part of the circle. No rotation for you. Okay, so one of the coolest stories. The Jersey Devil, right? Jersey Devil is a crazy one. Jersey Devil. I love this illustration that was made in 1909 of the Jersey Devil. This is such a great photo. Because, like, why does it look like, though? Why does it look like that it's wearing, like, Crocs? It's because these little circles. These little circles that's on the feet makes it look like it's wearing, like, Crocs. Not in sport mode. He's not threatened by you, chat. That's what I'm trying to get at. He's not threatened by you, so he's fine. He's absolutely fine. But the Jersey Devil, it has a very interesting story if I remember correctly. In South Jersey and Philadelphia folklore in the United States, the Jersey Devil, also known as the Leeds Devil, is a legendary creature. Yeah, we all know that. Said to inhabit the forests of New Jersey pine barrens in South Jersey. The creature is often described as a flying biped with hooves, but there are many variations. The common description is that the bipedal kangaroo-like. That's funny. Kangaroo? That's funny as hell. Or wyvern-like creature. No, you said the right one. It's kangaroo. With a horse or goat-like head. Leathery bat-like wings, horns, small arms with clawed hands. That's what he's doing with his little hands. I go, rah! It's also said that it has a large elongated body and a thick tail. That doesn't look very thick in this photo. Someone didn't get that last piece of information. Maybe they did. And like, no. That's not my Jersey Devil. My Jersey Devil does not have a thick tail. It has a thin, pathetic looking tail because he's got thin, pathetic legs and looks like an absolute goober of a creature. Though I would be upset if this actually existed. Because I feel like it would be in a painful existence. It's also said it has a strange elongated body and a thick tail. It has been reported to move quickly and is often described as emitting a high-pitched, blood-curdling scream. Oh, we love that. Always gotta have a blood-curdling scream with these guys. Alright. Origin of the legends. I have heard of this story. Mother leads his 13th child. So always 13, chat. Remember. The popular legend of the Jersey Devil, or Leeds Devil, is dated variously and is almost invariably attached to the Pines, or the South Jersey Pines Barrens, and sometimes specifically Leeds Point within the Pine Barrens. The Devil's mother is usually a woman named Leeds or Mother Leeds of Burlington, but other names such as the Shrouds have occasionally been forwarded. According to One Piece, in 1735, a woman named Leeds had 12 children, and after discovering that she was pregnant for the 13th time. That's a lot of kids, by the way. That's a crazy amount of kids. Absolute insanity. I'm so sorry, man. Curse the child in frustration, declaring, "Let the child be a devil." That's crazy. The child, though, born normally, immediately grew wings, a tail, and claws after birth and flew out of the Pine Barrens. According to some, the child transformed into a creature with hooves, a goat head, bat wings, and a forked tail. Growling and screaming, the child beat everyone with its tail before flying out of the chimney. Just slapped everybody in the face. Just sassy about it. Just a sassy child about it. Just slapping everybody in the face. Be gone. Anyway. I lost it. Immediately growing wings to the egg. Okay. I think I read all that. According to some, the child transformed into a creature with hooves, a goat head, bat wings, a forked tail, growling and screaming beat his tail before flying up the chimney and heading to the pines. In some variation of the tale, Mother Leeds was supposedly a witch, and the child's father was the devil himself. Some variations of the legend also state that the locally clergyman subsequently attempted to exorcise the creature from the Pine Barrens. In a different telling, localized not at Leeds Point, but Estaville near Mays Landing, Mrs. Leeds became pregnant around 1855 and rejected her baby, wishing a stork would deliver a devil. Thus, a winged devil was born and flew out the window. It would intermittently return, but the mother would shoo it away, like, "Get out of here, I'm not your mama." "But mama, please, please love me." "No, get out of here." "That's crazy, mother. God damn it." Is it like, am I wrong? I need to look this up probably later, but I just want to look because like I want to get through this. This is gonna be editor's me problem. I thought the Jersey Devil was a creation of like Franklin Roosevelt. Is that not true? Isn't that like one of the things? Like I think he wrote the story of the original guy. I could be totally wrong, but nonetheless, the Jersey Devil's a vibe. I ain't gonna lie. I just wanted to see. I thought he did like write one. I just didn't know, like, I could be wrong. I thought he wrote one, and I thought it was the Jersey Devil. Like, I'm pretty fucking sure that it was a creation of Franklin Roosevelt. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't even see anything about that. I don't know where I heard that then. I don't know where I heard that. I'm gonna have to relook that up later. But yeah, that's just a little bit of a synopsis on this guy. He's chill as hell. He's got a fun little story. He's got a bunch of them, but he's a goober. Look at this guy. Would hate to see in real life, don't get me wrong. But he's such a goober looking of a guy, of a what you would think a Jersey Devil be. I think most descriptions now, it's mostly of like less this and more of just a guy looking like a devil. Like the stereotypical devil, which is also accumulation of a bunch of like other stuff as well. As per se would be, dangerous thing to say, I guess, with Catholicism, is that a lot of their stuff is very much taken from other things. Especially its depiction of the devil. Like, it's just a culmination of everything that's like other religions and like cultures like deem as bad, I think. Don't quote me on that, obviously, but pretty sure I've heard that and it kind of makes a lot of sense. They do a lot of changes, essentially, back in the day. It was very much a thing. But as Jersey Devil is pretty cool. I would say Jersey Devil is probably like bottom A. I think bottom A. I think the Jersey Devil's pretty chill. Jersey Devil's pretty chill. You know what? We're gonna do a little changing. I'm gonna say Mothman. I'm gonna say Mothman is actually S tier. I think so far he's the S tier. Not only is he, like I said, he has a town, he's very popular, but he also has stolen valor from the Flatwoods monster, stole this guy's whole shtick, and did it better. So I think that's his S tier. It's cold, it's mean, it's morally wrong, but you have to applaud the hustle. Just saying. But yeah, no, Jersey Devil is like, I think at least bottom A tier. He's very well known. Not just in one area, but like I think he's very much like well known in a good chunk of like just folklore. He's just very well known with a fun story. I think he's up there as A to me. I think he's up there. El Chupacabra. El Chupacabra. Cabra, not Bray. I love the El Chupacabra. El Chupacabra. I don't know why I'm butchering that word right now, but I am. He's cool. I don't know what the hell the mange version of that one is, but I guess we're learning. I guess we're gonna learn about that. I liked the El Chupacabra because of the fact that there was a show back in the day on Animal Planet of all places that had a cryptid show. And what they would do is that they would give you, like, tell you about a cryptid and give you information about that, while also having a found footage style story, like, a part of it. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like, they were okay. They weren't the greatest, but they really went in the bit, like, made stories of it, and very much of the time. For said cryptids or pieces of animals of like paranormal descent. And they would like to give you some information and then play like a whole found footage style thing about the information and the creature you did. It was really good. Not the highest of quality, but for what it was on a Animal Planet back in the day, it was really fun. They did one on El Chupacabra because the one thing I remember about it, which we're probably going to read in a second, is that it sucks out, like, I think it liquefies the body and just sucks it all out, which is weird, but like that's a whole thing. So it just leaves behind like loose skin or whatever. But like the short, it was very much of the time. I remember this because I was just watched this in the middle of the day one day. It was fucking crazy. It was like a the whole episode was like, it was like I think it was like people trying to get in the United States, so they were crossing illegally, and then they got attacked by something, and then people started going missing a bit, and then just find like remnants of something sucking out. Like that was like the premise, I think. Yeah, it was like a whole found footage style thing, which like, why would you have cameras for trying to get into a country illegally, especially when it's like can be brutal to do so to get from Mexico to the United States at the time. I don't know how it worked for that, but it was like a found footage story. That's how I really remember the El Chupacabra. I've heard it before, knew very little, but it is like one that I know of. Also, apparently is on the newer side. I didn't realize that it is over 30 years old. I didn't realize it was that new. So when I watched that was like, he was a newbie. Oh, this is the new kid on the block, that's for sure. El Chupacabra, new kid on the block, understandable. He's got a lot to prove himself amongst these other, like, these big time guys. And I think he does. I think he does a good job. We'll find out. Oh, God. Tired still. Anyway, let's get to it. The El Chupacabra. Not even gonna try. That doesn't help me at all. I don't speak Spanish very well at all. Literally means goat sucker. From Spanish, chupa, sucked, and cabras, goats. Goat sucker, understandable. Is a legendary creature or cryptid in the folklore of parts of the Americas. The name comes from the animal's purported vampirism. The chupacabra is said to attack and drink the blood of livestock, including goats. Specifically, it's in the name. I feel like its main diet would probably be goats. Physical descriptions of this creature vary. In Puerto Rico and in Hispanic America, It is generally described as a heavy creature, reptilian and alien-like, relative to the size of a small bear? I thought it was like dog size. What the fuck? That's the one I think I've heard more so. And with a row of spines reaching from the neck to the base of the tail, while in southwestern United States depicted as more dog-like. Yeah, that's it. That's how I know about it. That's interesting, actually. That must be because of like animals in the area, probably. That's my guess. But I know the dog one, more dog style. Dog style chupacabra. Not bear style. Bear style be hitting hard. It's like I'm talking about ninjutsu or some shit, man. Like this is an episode of Naruto. I had to think about it. Initial sightings and accompanying descriptions first occurred in Puerto Rico in 1995. The creature has since been reported as far north as Maine, as far south as Chile, and even outside the Americas in countries like Russia and the Philippines. What are you doing out there, Chupacabra? What are you doing out there in Russia? I don't think you're built for that weather. You ain't got no fur. What the hell's he doing out there? He's evolving. He's like, I need to find new goats, man. New goats. All the reports are anecdotal and have been disregarded as uncorroborable or lack evidence. Sightings in northern Mexico and the southern United States have been verified as canines afflicted with mange. Yeah, that would do it. All right. Yeah. We already learned that. Is also known as chupacabras or chupacabra throughout the Americas, with the former being the original name. And the latter is a regionalization. The name is tribute to the Puerto Rican comedian Savaro Perez, who coined the label in '95 while commenting on the attacks as a San Juan radio DJ. Interesting. Okay. That's actually very interesting. Did not know that. So history. In 1975, a series of livestock killings in the small town of Moca, Puerto Rico were contributed to El Vampiro de Moca. Vampire Moca. Initially, it was suspected that the killings were committed by a satanic cult. Later, more killings were reported around the island, and many farms reported loss of animal life. Each of the animals were reported to have had its body's bled dry through a series of small circular incisions. The first reported attack, eventually attributed to the actual chupacabras, occurred in March '95. 8 sheep were discovered dead in Puerto Rico, each with 3 puncture wounds in the chest area and reportedly completely drained of blood. So I do want to say, even if it's not like a real thing, I love this photo of him. He's vibing. He's out here chilling. Look at him, like a villain over here. I love it. What? Even if it was not even like this, what the fuck happened to those sheep? You know what I mean? What happened to those sheep? Why were they just drained of blood? That's crazy. Because I don't think even like, the only thing I can think of is vampire bats. I can't think of anything else that just like could drink blood. Obviously, vampire bats don't drink that much blood. They drink like what? Less than like half ounce, like not even an ounce, like so little. When it does like suck on animals like that, it's very interesting. A few months later, in August, an eyewitness named Madeline Tolino reported seeing the creature in the Puerto Rican town of Canavallas. Yep, not even gonna try. Where as many as 150 farm animals and pets were reportedly killed. That's a hungry chupacabra. What the goddamn? I'm insatiable. I can't get enough. I'm so sorry. Chupa? That's not even a good nickname. I'm gonna call you bruh. Bruh, I'm so sorry. Anyway, Puerto Rico comedian and entrepreneur Severino Perez is credited with coining the term. chupacabras soon after the first instance were reported in the press. Shortly after the first reported instance in Puerto Rico, other animals' deaths were reported in other countries such as Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, and the Dominican Republic. Hey, yo, do you react to music? No, I don't. I'm not a big music guy. I'm really not. But Ensof? I hope that said your name right. How you doing, man? Hi. I've been more of an obsession with like some more of the horror and like I guess cryptids and stuff like that. Hell nah. Well, fuck. I'm doing great, bro. That's great. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not a big music guy, but we do more of like we're doing this and like we did like analog horror like last Monday. That's kind of like what I've been. That's more my vibe. Let's see. Let's restart that sentence. Other animals that's reported in other countries such as Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, and Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Honduras, Mexico, Nicaragua, Panama, Peru, and the United States. Reports of alleged sightings of the creature proliferated in the mid-1990s. How about you? I'm doing great. We're learning about chupacabra. We're learning about the chupacabra, which is like, it's isn't crazy. Like, if it's not real, obviously it's not. I'm not a believer in these things. But like, what the fuck happened to these animals where all their blood was gone? I think that's the real question. Like, what the hell happened? Like, goddamn. Like, weird shit happened to these poor goats. And 150 other supposedly animals of a very similar killing. That's crazy, man. That's absolutely crazy. Reports of alleged sightings of the creature proliferated in the mid-1990s in various locations. And nope. Dozens of mutilated animals begin to appear as well as in other parts of Mexico, southwestern United States, and in China. The first reports from Puerto Rico numbered more than 295. What the fuck? Okay. He was busy. Here's the thing. I think I did hear about that. This guy was like busy for a long ass time and then just kind of vanished out of nowhere. Alleged chupacabra found on the state road on the state road 72 in Florida in 2020. Merely shows a dead coyote with scabies. Yeah, that sounds right to me. Man, why are you out here sucking the blood so hard? Like, what's up? Don't take that out of context. Why are you out here like that, man? You're so hungry. You're so hungry. What's up with that? Where should we put him? He's an interesting story. He's also the newest one that's like very much hit like a very interesting like fame, because like I've known about him for so long. Like, he's so well known to me. Also, I'm gonna put these two together because like, what's the difference? I feel like it'd be the same, because it's like also there's like two different versions I did not know. C makes sense. You know what? I don't think you're that bad. You're pretty cool. You're not as cool as these guys. Or do I want to go higher? No, I want to go higher. I think you should be bottom. This is bottom for me. I think you should be bottom. That makes sense. Bottom of B at the very least. Makes a lot of sense. I think that makes sense for me. They're okay. They're pretty cool. They're on the newer side. They're pretty cool. They were active. Not so much now. And now it's like you don't hear much about them. But, you know, they had their time. They had their time. They're just not quite C. They're not these guys either. They got nothing on these guys. There's nothing about them. But, like, you know, interesting nonetheless. The Fresno Nightcrawlers. Okay, I actually do remember the Fresno Nightcrawlers. Those guys are funny. I've actually remember I went through a whole shtick back in the day, guys. I went through a whole thing back in the day. I was obsessed with paranormal videos on YouTube. Like, It's like the early days of YouTube. Back in the day when like there was like fake ass videos of like random events of paranormal happening that happened to these people, and just like this guy just collected them all and made one giant video. One of them, I'm pretty sure, was the Fresno Nightcrawlers. Like, you can find, I think, footage. I think there's actual footage of these guys, of the like walking around. And like, I think there's still kind of reports on them. And like, there's like no video. I've seen some, at least like they're like fake videos of these guys, and I'm like, they're fucking funny to me. They're so fucking funny. Also, I forgot I had this up. I forgot we were supposed to look at this for the Hopskin Goblins. I love this art. It's terrifying, but you don't exist. You're nothing. You're such a nothing creature. You want cards? Wait, what? The fuck? Was there a monster trading card? Thunderbird. Oh wow, that's not even a good Thunderbird actually. No. Okay, I'm learning something new. Weird and wild creatures. Is that like a? No, I think it's something else. I don't know. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. We're on a different rabbit hole. We're learning about like just walking sticks essentially. We're learning about that. That's where we're at. I think there's like fake footage of these guys. They're out there. From Fresno, first 2007. I guess that makes sense why I've seen like footage back in the day then when I was like a thing. The Fresno Nightcrawler is a cryptid said to originate in Fresno, California. It's described as a semi-humanoid, white in color, long-legged, and claimed to be typically spotted in pairs. You know, yeah, if you're gonna walk, don't walk by yourself. Safety in numbers, as they say. They've been compared to a walking pair of pants. That's very accurate. According to Brian Dunning, the Fresno Nightcrawler is an urban legend, supported by little or no actual belief by anyone that's a real creature. There's nothing particularly thought-provoking in the backstory, and yet it has a prestigious community of supporters that's only likely to continue growing. Yeah. Fresno Nightcrawler, first popularized by CCTV footage shot in 2007 by a man in South Fresno, California, featured on the television show Univision. Okay. The video claimed to show a white figure with a pair of legs without a torso walking from the top left to the bottom right of the screen, followed by a second figure walking in the same direction. The Fresno Nightcrawler was featured on the History Channel program The Proof Is Out There. Of course it was. Subsequent footage claimed to be of a similar creature was shot in Yosemite Lakes Park in 2011. Oh, they be traveling. They walked from Fresno to Yosemite. That's crazy. That's a strong pair of legs out there, chat. That's a strong pair of legs. And there's been claimed sightings as far away as Poland. They walked the sea? They walked it. They're not aliens. They're Jesus. They're Jesus. They're walking on water. Can't be helped. Can't be helped. Those aren't Fresno Nightcrawlers. That's Fresno Jesus. Oh god. I tickled myself at least. Let's see. Claim sighting as far as Poland, the sci-fi program Fact or Fake Paranormal Files. I think I've seen that. Coined the name Nightcrawlers. Instead, it's attempted to investigate if the footage was a hoax, proved inconclusive. Images of alleged indigenous sculptures were put forward in an attempt to relate the Fresno Nightcrawlers to local Native American legends. However, weird Fresno founder Michael Banti contacted regional tribes to confirm their authenticity. His contacts did not recognize the photograph sculptures as making local indigenous monuments. Gotcha. There's not a lot on them. There's like, they had one time. They had one They had their 15 minutes of fame. They had their 15 minutes of fame. I would really love that video. Do we have that video? Fresno, Nightcrawler. I want to look at it. Do we have it? Oh yeah, this is the original. Look at him! Look at him go! Look at him vibing. Did you see it? It's right there. He's just, look at him, he's chilling. He's just vibing along. Oh, and look at his partner. He's like, I just took a break, Jerry. Get back here. You son of a bitch. I needed a smoke break and you left me behind. That's crazy. That is weird looking though. What the fuck? I think that is just like someone's robes or some shit. Like, it's like... oh, we got details. Emboss effect and inverse to raise details of the figure. Please take note if there was a string holding up the figure, it would show up with the enhancement. Okay, I don't believe you, but all right. Okay. Oh, there he is. I was like, where is he? I don't even see it walking. I feel like this did nothing. Can I be honest with you? I feel like this did nothing. Other than improve, there's no string, I guess, but I guess that's good enough. I love the zoom we're doing right now. Cool. All right. Yeah, that was them. They're just, they had one time. They have had 15 minutes of fame. That was it. You're okay. You're just okay. I think you're more interested in these guys at least. There's like fake proof. There's video footage at least. And there's just a photo of this. Like, you're better than what these guys are doing. There's no footage or anything of this, just word of mouth outside of maybe like the aftermath of a supposed event, and they didn't even get anything else out of it because they just left. And then we got locked as monster, and last time I checked, this is like this photo and maybe some like there's things happening in the water. Oh, that's about it. That's about it. You at least had some cool ass footage, and you're kind of fun to look at move. I ain't gonna lie, you're really fun to watch move. It's just like stay alive. That's like walking. He's just, he's a woman's man. He ain't got time to talk. That's why he left his friend behind. That's 100% what happened. That's 100% what happened. Oh God. The knot deer. I've heard of knot deers. I feel like they're just deer that just knot. I think that's it. That's all they are. Not deer origin. You don't even have a proper wiki? I have to go do a cryptic wiki? Okay, that's fine. All right, let's see. Do you have history on there? I hate fandom wikis so much. I really do. They're not my favorite wikis. I wish there was a proper one. God, you're like a newer one. 2012? There's a lot more newer cryptids than I thought. Like, I thought knot deers were like older. Can this be a knot deer? Look at him. This is a Chad of a knot deer, chat. He's look maxing right now. He's mogging you, chat. What are you gonna do about it? That knot deer's mogging you right now. He's doing that. Chat, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, chat? I feel like it's like I'm egging on a photo to fucking you guys. Like, I'm like, it just it's like, do you believe in me? I believe in me, and I'm pretty cool. It's such a great photo. It's like he's mogging you or giving you fuck me eyes. And I'm scared of which one it would be. Nonetheless, either one is not a great situation. Gotta be straight up honest with you, Chief. That's... Oh. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, what's a knot deer? We gotta rank this bastard. The knot deer is a cryptid primarily sighted in the United States. Characterized as looking like a normal deer at first glance, but displaying strange behavior, an uncanny anomaly upon closer inspection. Many people have trouble articulating what is wrong with the deer. Well, obviously, it's look backs you. That's why. Who encountered a deer, what is wrong with the deer beyond the fact that they instinctively knew something is off. Well, we're very good about that. Which is like, I always love the question of that. That's why Uncanny Valley is always like a very good, like, horror trope, right? Uncanny Valley. Because we can determine when something is wrong without putting our finger on it, why it's wrong, right? We're very confused about that shit. I like that someone's question, which I'm sure it's probably really nothing, but it's a funny, like, kind of slightly horrifying question of like, okay, we can identify when something's not looking human or something's off about something. Why is that? Why are we so good about that? Because that's an evolutionary thing, right? Why are we so good about determining something is not what it's supposed to be? There's probably like just a reasonable answer about that, just like a survival thing or just some bullshit, but like, I think it just in a horror, just to be with the whimsy of horror with that, I think that's a fascinating question of like, why is that we're so good at determining when something's not exactly quite right? You know what I mean? I think it's a fun question, nonetheless. People encountered knot deer usually report an intense feeling of unease or dread while being in the animal's presence. Yeah, we're just good about that. We're just so good. Why is that? The creature is dubiously attracted to Appalachian folklore, though the legend itself appears to have recent origins, gaining traction online around 2018. It's a very new creature. Reports come from wherever deer are commonly found. So, obviously the realistic answer about knot deer is the fact that it's just poor deer that are just like somewhat mutilated or deformed due to genetics. Nope. Just pull my... Sorry. I'm saving these. These are mine. I'm making a meme with those. Those are mine. I'm gonna do some of that. Those are... When two knot deers lock eyes. When two knot deers lock eyes, you know the fucking be coming. A storm be a brewing, and we ain't ready for it. Okay, all right, I had my fun. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was great. Oh, fuck. God damn, that's too much fun. Anyway, let's see. Do we have reports, I guess? Reports. The knot deer is often contributed to Appalachian folklore. Though this claim is usually presented without specific sources and sightings are not restricted in Appalachia, the knot deer is likely a modern name linked to various past stories of weird deer encounters under the assumption that these different encounters all describe the same creature. It's such a good photo. Fuck. One of the few reported on deer, not deer sightings came out of Albany, New York in December of 2020. 2021. Reddit user Nope posted images she took of a deer with a strange piercing stare in the Albany subreddit below, which is a few other viewers commented that the animal might not be a deer, with user might be a not deer, with user Phantom 8 commenting, I asked my real friend from out of the sticks of Greene County. He says that's what they call a not deer. What the fuck is a not deer? As another creature taking on the appearance of a deer. Then he walked away. Didn't seem to faze him. Wow, what a add a little dun like to that, right? User Jacobrio noted that the deer's ears looked too short. I guess they look. I guess not by much though. In their article, the deer photos website, whatever, linked the photos to the not deer myth. While rare, deer occasionally are born with gray, bluish, or otherwise light-colored eyes, highlighting the horizontal pupils usually hidden by the dark brown of normal deer eyes. It's just deformities, like it's just genetics, man. Like deers have been around a lot, and things happen to deer. You know? As someone who lived in the area where we used to get a lot of deer, things just happen to deer. Or like they're just recovering from a wound that happened and they're just still around. And it's like, yeah, they just survive. Sometimes deer just survive through some hellish shit sometimes. And that's usually what a not deer is, in my opinion. An early record of a possible not deer encounter was posted on Reddit user Kilroy Docat on our hunting on April 12th, 2012. So this is like the original one. Gotcha. He describes the shooting a doe from his hunting blind and walking up to the dying deer. As he approaches, he is overtaken by apprehension and paranoia, saying, I don't know who I was. Everything seemed new, and I felt like I became the deer. So your mushroom is finally kicked in? You shouldn't be doing that while hunting. That's dangerous. You might just do a Dick Cheney and confuse like your ally for an animal. That's exactly what happened with Dick Cheney. He was on mushrooms. And not because he was a psychopath of a man. He described shooting, yeah, I read that. The hallucination-like state stopped as soon as the hunter killed the deer by driving a knife into its heart. Okay, so that was the original, like, kind of like story. Another not deer encounter was posted by Reddit user C Yan on cryptozoology on January 23rd, 2016. They described an encounter they had with two strange deer in upstate New York in the early 2000s. They had all gray fur, long dark almond-shaped eyes that stared intently. Their antlers were two long, jagged horns protruding straight out of their skull. When the grandmother photographed the two deer, they did not show up in the photographs. How convenient! And left no trace in the snow. The user and their cousins encountered similar deer in the same location several years later, accompanied by a feeling of dread. Gotcha. Is this the photo? Common feature. I love it when you see deer do this, though. I mean, it's just there. That's a good Photoshop. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, they just sometimes they just survive, unfortunately, and they have terrible moments. Anyway, so this is like a newer story. Interesting. I didn't realize not deer was that kind of new. Like it's been more of like a prevalent time. Not deer, you're kind of fun. You're kind of fun. I'm gonna say you're no matter what, you're the lowest of C, because I think you're cooler than these guys. Loch Ness Monster was cool at one point, but however, the more you learned about it, there's just nothing. You're kind of boring. In Hopkinsville Goblin, I was disappointed that it was not actual goblins. You know what I mean? I was really upset by that. I'm upset that's not actual goblins. Like, I wish it was. I think it'd be way fun if it was actual goblins. But no, it's an alien sighting with no proof that was quote-unquote proof that it was an alien sighting. That's upsetting. The not deer got you beat, goblins. That shouldn't be possible. But also the thing about not deer, even on lower C, is that it may not be true in the fact that it's like a mimic thing, like taking the form of something else. It's just the fact that you could possibly see some weird shit with deer. I think that's what makes it more terrifying. So like at the very least, it's gotta be low C, in my opinion. Ah, okay. The Owl Man. The Owl Man. Who the fuck is the Owl Man? Yeah. Can't type, apparently. The Owl Man. No. I don't want... Okay. Cryptid. Give me the cryptid. Gotcha. Oh, it's a UK one. Gotcha. Okay. In corner. Oh, God, let me search real quick. Oh, mamma mia. Okay. Oh, I gotta stretch out my spine. It just happens sometimes. In Cornish folklore, the Owl Man, sometimes referred to as the Cornish Owl Man or the Owl Man of Mothman. Owl Man of Mothman. Doesn't really roll off the tongue, but I'm allowing it. Is an owl-like humanoid creature said to have been seen in 1976 in the village of Mothman, Cornwall, UK. Reported sightings of it flying above the church tower has led some to believe that the creature may have been a barn owl, a species that commonly nests in such places. So what about them makes them a man? Are they also buff like owl, like a Mothman? He's got a six-pack. And he's just like, ooh. He's flexing on him. That was me flexing. That's my flexing sounds. Whenever I flex, I make those sounds. I'm like, ooh. Ooh, ooh. It's very important to get the flexy muscles out with a sound effect. And that is true. Anyway. The story originated when Tony Doc Shells. Sure. I love that's the photo. That's the most British, like, UK thing ever. It's like, oh, a photo of the guy. He's in a pub drinking Guinness or drinking a beer. That's the most UK thing you could ever have for a photo. Who has been involved in a series of monster rising exploits in 1976, claimed to investigate a report of two young girls on holiday in Mothman who saw a large winged creature hovering above the tower of St. Mothman and St. Stephen's Church, Mothman, on 17 April 1976. According to most versions of the story, the girls identified as June and Vicky Melling were so frightened by the sight of a large bird, like a large feathered bird man, that their father Don immediately cut short their family holiday after hearing their tale. We gotta get the fuck out. He's gonna ruin this. According to Shells, one of the girls provided him with a drawing of the creature, which he dubbed Owl Man. I think it was I think Don just wanted to go the fuck home. He's like, I'm tired of this, Grandpa. I want to go home. Fuck this fucking vacation. It sucks anyway. I think that's what probably happened, more likely. Not gonna lie. The creature was subsequently related in a pamphlet titled More Growl. Sure. The Monster of Foulmouth Bay by Anthony Maunon Pillar, which circulated through Cornwall in 1976. According to Shells, Owlman was reported again on the 3rd of July by two 14-year-old girls identified as Sally Chapman and Barbara Perry. Why is it always just kids? Like teenage girls. What's up with that? Sir, why are you hanging around teenage girls a lot like this? Why are you always getting your stories from them? That's kind of weird. Like 2 stories you've told and it involves 2 14-year-old girls. I think you're lying, my man. I think he's lying to us, chat. I don't believe him. They were confronted by a big owl with pointed ears as big as a man, with glowing eyes and black pincer-like claws. I mean, it's just Mothman. Mothman needs to go on holiday sometimes, you know? He may have stolen valor from the Flatwoods monster. He may have, like, own a town. So he has the money. He's got to go on holiday. Sometimes you got to get away from it all, Chad. Sometimes you got to get away from it all. And he just wants to, like, go to a church in fucking UK for some fucking reason. Who? Owlman is just Mothman. That's all. That's what I'm trying to say. Owlman is just Mothman on vacay. He just becomes a moth when doing so. But it's very interesting to have very similar ones, but they all kind of look the same in a lot of ways. Okay. Sporadic claims of Owlman sightings in the vicinity of the church circulated in 78, 79, 89, 95. And according to legend, a loud owl-like sound could be heard at night in the Millen Church yard during the year 2000s. So he died. Owlman died. He lived a long ass time, but he died. I'm not gonna lie, kind of boring. I feel like you're in the middle. You're like right in the middle of D. I think between these two, you're D. You kind of boring, my dude. You're kind of boring. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say. You're boring as hell. You ain't got nothing. You're just out here. You're just Mothman. You're a Mothman on holiday. And that's all I got to say about that. Personally. Anyway. What's next? The Michigan Dog Man. Beautiful. I really hope you don't disappoint me. The Michigan Dog Man. Let's see. You don't even have a photo. That's crazy. Do you have another photo on your other wiki? That's just a sketch. That's nothing. Anyway, let's go to the actual wiki. In folklore, the Michigan Dog Man was a creature allegedly witnessed in 1887 in Wexford, County, Michigan. You know, a lot of these, the ones that are like, say, Michigan Dog Man, Flatwoods Monster, they always give a slight newer vibe, I guess. Especially Michigan Dog Man. I really thought if there was ever a one that was new, I was expecting at least like 90s or 2000s. No, 1887 is crazy to me. Sometimes names are just timeless. In folklore, the Michigan Dog Man was a creature allegedly witnessed in 1887 in Wexford County, Michigan, United States. It was described as a 7-foot tall, blue-eyed or amber-eyed bipedal canine-like animal with a torso of a man, and a fearsome howl that sounds like a human scream. Folklore claims the creature emerges on a recurring 10-year pattern linked to years ending in the number 7. Does that mean next year we can go see Dogman? And that loud clapping can drive it away. That loud clapping can drive it away. Wow, he's a pussy. He's a coward of a dog man. Clapping? Okay. Get earplugs, bitch, if it hurts your ears. Just like, goddamn. Being mean to this poor dog man. He only comes around once like a decade, and I'm just being mean to him. Sightings have reported in several locations throughout Michigan, primarily in the northern quadrant of Lower Peninsula. The creature was unknown to most of the modern world until very late in the 20th century. It is said that it had been stalking the area around the Penstee River since the days when the Ottawa tribes lived there. The first alleged encounter of the Michigan Dog Man occurred in 1887 in Wexford County, when two lumberjacks saw a creature which they described as having a man's body and a dog's head. In 1937 in Paris, Michigan, forgot that was a place, Robert Fortney was attacked by 5 wild dogs and said that one of the 5 walked in 2 legs. It was a gang? He was a gang leader. He was bonchoing. He was being a boncho about it. He was the leader of that gang of dogs. He's like, yeah, get his ass. Take his lunch money. Reports of similar creatures also came from Allegan County in the 1950s, in Manstey, in Cross Village in 67. Other sightings include a series of occurrences in Grand Haven, Ottawa County from 93 to 94. Most of these reports came from a man simply referred to as Ben. Cool. That sounds like a reliable source. He claims to have seen the beast on 3 occasions. Of course he does. One such sighting was December of 93, where he spotted the dog man in his parents' driveway on Lakewood Drive. That wasn't dog man. That was just a dog standing on 2 hind legs. I don't know what to tell you, man. Jesus. The creature was standing behind the car on its hind legs, only running off when Ben started screaming. It was trying to fuck your car. It was just trying to fuck your car, man. I don't know what to tell you. I'm so sorry. It's like the dragon with a Civic. It's just trying to have a good old time. Forgot about that meme. According to another account was from someone else in 94. We're not going to hear his other occasions. That's upsetting. The report was of a run of which the reporter hit a large animal with his car thinking it was a deer. There was no corpse to be found. Instead, only gray fur within the grill of the car. I mean, yeah. Probably wasn't just a deer. I want to hear the other guy. What's Ben's other 2 occasions? Linda S. Godfrey, in her book, The Beasts of Bray Road, compares the Manstey sightings to a similar creature sighted in Wisconsin, known as the Mean of Bray Road. Here's a Cook song. Recorded a song. The legend, which he initially played as an April Fool's joke, he based the songs on myth. Oh, okay. Okay, I don't care then. Man, you ain't got nothing going on, do you? Anything new? I love that your history starts off with the legend on the Cryptid Wiki. Okay. Sightings, not a lot. Is that supposed to be a frame of the hoax dog bear? Man. Oh, that's a cute art though. I like that. That's cute. That's really nice, actually. I enjoyed that. That was nice. Man, you're just as boring. Dog man, you ain't got nothing going on. You're in the middle too. I like you more though than Owl Man. I think you're that. Beast of Bray Road. I can actually go here. I'm just gonna click on it on the other wiki. Yeah, we'll just go there. It's just the same thing, just dog. Similar, yeah. I mean, it's supposed to be just the same, so we'll see. In the name given to a wolf-like creature reported to have been witnessed in or near Elkhorn, Wayworth County, Wisconsin. The creature has become part of Wisconsin folklore and had been the subject of multiple books, documentaries, and a... Wow, that's a poster and a half, ain't it, chat? Ain't that great? 2005 horror movie. Named for the real farm road in which it first purportedly, I think it's supposed to be reportedly, I don't know, cited. Reports of the creature in the 1980s and 1990s prompted a local newspaper, the Wayworth County Week, to assign reporter Linda Godfrey to cover the story. Godfrey was initially skeptical, but later became convinced of the sincerity of many witnesses. Not being very biased there, Linda. Her series of articles later became a book titled The Beast of Bray Road, tailing Wisconsin's werewolf. Skeptics maintain that the creature is likely the result of misidentification of known animals, most likely gray wolves. I mean, yeah, that's fair. Okay, yeah, that's, I mean, they got their own dog man. That's fine. He got a movie. He's better than you, Michigan Dog Man. He's better than you. He got a movie titled after him. Do you have a movie title of him? I thought not. I thought not. All right. Lizard Man. forgot how to spell lizard. Lizard man. Lizard man. You also... You have this. Well, fuck it. Who cares? Let's just look at this. Your site seems to be not working as well. Okay. Lizard man. Double checking. The lizard man is a reptilian cryptozoological creature said to inhabit swamplands in and around Lee County, South Carolina. Oh, okay. Human-like in form, the lizard man is said to have many reptilian or dinosaur-like qualities, including green, scaly skin and three-toed feet and hands. Well, this is already outdated for dinosaur-like, right? You gotta take that out. Just say reptilian, because we know that dinosaurs had feathers. That's why chickens are the closest relative thing. They had feathers, probably. That's what we're assuming, right? They're more like, they were closer to bird-like creatures than what we thought of, like scaly things. Because it was just an assumption, right? Though again, that's still an assumption, so. I don't know. According to witness, each of these digits has a circular pad that allows it to cling to trees and walls, much like a gecko. Can you imagine seeing a lizard man just on a tree going, ah! Like, oh! I would not like that. Sanity, 7 feet tall. Lizard man is said to be, first appearance, by the way, is 1988. Did not say that. Authenticity real? Okay. Don't add that shit. You don't know. Don't act like you're something there. Fucking cryptid fandom wiki. I don't know. 7 feet tall, said to be extremely fast and incredibly powerful, capable of ripping open cars with its bare hands. First-handed accounts of this creature also described its glowing red eyes, much like the Dover Demon. What the fuck? That's the little cousin of Lizard Man. Lizard Man got all the looks. This guy, he also looks like this. What the fuck? Guys, stop using the same art for everything. And this is just the little cousin. He didn't get all the looks. He didn't get any genetic looks. Anyway, the lizard man of scrape or swamp. Oh, okay. So this was accurate. Cool. I want that. I'm gonna have that just in case. All right. The lizard man of scap or swamp was first reported June 29th, 1988 by a 16-year-old named Christopher Davis, who claims he was chased by the creature after stopping to change a flat tire. Several reports followed during the summer of 1988. Many of them mentioning unusual scratches or bite marks on cars parked near the swamp. The local sheriff department chalked the sightings up to a lone bear, but were later puzzled when biologists were unable to classify a plaster cast of a three-toed, I thought it meant like toad, like a ribbit, like a toad, you know what I mean? Not phalanges. 14-inch footprint, three-toed, three-toed, 14-inch footprint taken from the area. Sorry, it was just a lot of While the lizard man is relatively recent cryptozoological phenomenon in the Americas, tales of reptilian beings can be traced back several millennia. Yeah. I don't care about the actual history of it. I just want to know about that man. Let's get a finer details on this story, shall we? On July 14th, 1980, the Lee County Sheriff's Office investigated a report of a car damaged overnight while parked at a home in the area of Brown Town outside of Bishopville, South Carolina, on the edges of the scape or swamp. The car reportedly had tooth marks and scratches with hair and muddy footprints left behind. Sheriff Langston Truesdale noted this was the start of various claims that eventually coincided into a story about a lizard man in the swamp, prompted by the news of the vehicle damage, 17-year-old local Christopher Davis. They got the ages different too. He was like 16 and 17. Yeah, you know, it'd be like that, you know? I get it. Reported to the sheriff that the car was damaged by a creature he described as a green, wet-like, about 7 feet tall, and had 3 fingers, red eyes, skin like a lizard, snake-like scales. Exactly like that. He said it just like that too. Crazy. 2 weeks prior. According to Davis, he was driving home from working the night shift at a fast food restaurant when his car got a flat tire. After fixing it, he saw a creature walking towards him. Davis got in his car and began to drive, but the creature was soon on top of the car. He applied his brakes, causing the creature to roll off the car, giving Davis enough time to escape. Coverage by newspapers and media resulted in increased attention for his claims. Local businesses began selling Lizardman t-shirts, as you should. Capitalize on the trauma of another kid, I guess. And because, you know, capitalism really brings the money, I guess. Tourism, sorry. Well, they were using capitalism, but doesn't mean it was going well for them. Tourism. They were trying to use the tourism. And the local chamber of commerce encouraged the media attention as good for the community. Yeah, if they're into that, I guess, but if they're not so much. The increase in newspaper and media publicity prompted further history of sightings, and the area soon became a tourist attraction for visitors and hunters. Local radio station VCOS offered a $1 million reward to anybody who could capture the creature alive. Yo, is that still up? Is that still a thing? We'll go there. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get going. We gotta go search for a chat. Goddamn. Does a local radio station even have that type of money? Like, I know that's probably why they did it. Yeah, because of the fact that, well, it's not real. Just make up a number. We don't have that money. We probably barely got like $1,000 on us right now. That's crazy. On August 5th, Kenneth Orr, an airman stationed at Shaw Air Force Base, filed a police report allegedly that he had encountered the lizard man on Highway 15, and he had shot and wounded it. He presented several scales in a small quantity of blood as evidence. Yeah, sure. That's not going to fly well, I don't think. Orr recanted this account 2 days later when he arranged for unlawfully carrying a pistol in the misdemeanor offense of filing a false police report. I'm gonna get that money, honey. And he's like, shit, I owe money. You got a I got a misdemeanor. That's funny. He was not expecting that at all. According to Orr, he had hoaxed the sighting in order to keep stories about the lizard man in circulation. That's crazy. Where'd you get the scales then? That's also important. What the hell? Reports of the creature gradually declined at the end of the summer. Local law enforcement officials speculated the sightings were likely to have been a bear. Yep. 2008, CNN mentioned the lizard man legend in a story about a couple in Bishopville who reported damage to the vehicle, including blood traces. Yeah. I don't think it matters anymore. Yeah, just little things. Oh, my head is itchy. Okay. Well, you were a little fun. Again, only one story, but you know, that's how it would be. Lizard man, I think you're bottom of C. You're kind of fun. I enjoy you. Kind of fun. Yeah, you're kind of fun, even though you got one thing going. Don't have a lot going. You're not Mothman level, that's for damn sure. But you're fun nonetheless. Let's do one more, and let's take a break. The Loveland Frogman. Loveland Frogman? Is that similar to the movie I saw? So there's a found footage movie called Frogman that absolutely has a great... I want the origins. I love it's giving me this. Okay, it is. I guess it's just that, but whatever. There's a found footage horror film called Frogman, and I love the movie poster. It's only a couple years old. I love this movie poster. This movie poster is probably one of the better ones. It's really great. They did a fantastic job with that. With like the moon and then the light in the sky to give it the whole frog face with the branches and everything. It's very good. It's very good. It's an okay movie. I did watch it. It's okay. It's nothing too special, but it's not bad. I would recommend it if you like found footage stuff and you just got like an afternoon to kill. Check it out. I don't know where you can find it. I guess it's on Tubi. You can watch it on Tubi. You can watch a lot of shit on Tubi, but yeah, it was fine. It was a fun little movie. Came out a few years ago. Nothing too special, nothing too great. Not life-changing or nothing, but it was fun. All right. I love that we have the so-called lizard. The so-called frog was most likely a large tailless iguana. Immediately just debunked. Love it. All right, Loveland Frog. The Loveland Frog, also known as the Loveland Frogman or Lizard, is a legendary humanoid described as standing roughly 4 feet tall, allegedly spotted in Loveland, Ohio, United States in 1955. 17 years later, the Loveland Frog legend gained renewed attention when a Loveland police officer reported to a colleague that he had seen an animal consistent with descriptions of the Frogman. After a reported sighting in 2016, the second officer called a news station to report that he had shot and killed the same creature some weeks after the 1972 incident and had identified it as a large iguana who was missing his tail. Damn, you got debunked. That's a shame. That's a shame you got debunked. All right, let's look at the legends and the police reports because I'm curious about that. That would be fun to read. According to legends, the creature was first sighted by a businessman or traveling salesman driving along an unnamed road late at night in 1955, with some versions of this story specifically the month of May. According to one story, the driver was heading out of the Branch Hill neighborhood when he spotted 3 figures standing on their hind legs along the side of the road, each 3 to 4 feet tall in height with leathery skin and frog faces. In other versions of the story, the creature was spotted under or over a poorly lit bridge, and one held a wand over its head that fired a spray of sparks. They have magic? Magic Frogman? Is this where that came from? Whenever there's a frog guy and it's got to be kind of magic-y. I love that's what the legend got on it. It's like, it's a wizard. He's a wizard frogman. Frogman wizard. That's crazy. Got a wand and everything. It's the funniest shit to me. That's insane. All right, what's the police reports? On March 3rd, 1972, at 1 a.m., Loveland police officer Ray Shockley was driving on the Riverside Drive near the Totes Boot Factory in the Little Miami River when an unidentified animal scurried across the road in front of his vehicle. The animal was fully illuminated in his vehicle's headlights, and he described it as 3 to 4 feet long, and about 50 to 75 pounds, with leathery skin. He reported spotting the animal crouched like a frog before it momentarily stood erect to climb over the guardrail and back down towards the river. Yeah, this is definitely the iguana with no tail. 100%. That's what it kind of sounds like. Now, if it said like it stood up without getting close to the guardrail, so that means it was on the guardrail, that's a different story. 2 weeks after the incident, before Miami climbed over the guardrail and back down towards the river. 2 weeks after the incident, a second Loveland police officer, Mark Matthews, reported seeing an unidentified animal crouch along the road in the same vicinity as the Shockey sighting. Matthews shot the animal, recovered the body, and put it in his trunk to show off to Shockey. I got it, Shockey! I killed the frogman! It forgot its wand at home! We gotta find it. The magic's in the wand, Shockey! I don't know why he sounds like that in Ohio. You came from Missouri, I guess. I don't know. We gotta find the wand, Shocky. He got magic. These old people got magic. I don't know it. Anyway, according to Matthews, it was a large iguana, about 3 or 3.5 feet long, and he did not immediately recognize it because it was missing his tail. Matthews speculated the iguana had been someone's pet that either got loose or was released when it grew too large. Oh, poor guy. According to Matthews, Shocky was shown the dead iguana and confirmed it was the animal he had seen 2 weeks prior. Matthews recounted the incident to an author of a book about urban legends, but it says the author omitted the part that confirmed that creature was an iguana rather than a frogman. Well, it's more interesting when you got a frogman with a wizard. That's a wizard with a wand doing pyro magic under a bridge. What if it wasn't a wand? What if the frogman was smoking up? Would not want to smoke with a frogman. He'd be I feel like they always have to be a little wet. I feel like it would not be good. It would just, it would have to be like a glass pipe. It would just not be a great time. It would taste weird, bleh, on the top of like the fucking, you know, tip of it. I don't know. A joint's out of the question. It'd just be sopping wet. It would just not be a good time. It would just not. But maybe that's why they were under the bridge. They weren't casting magic. Or were they when they were making purple haze? You know what I'm saying? Anyway. I'm just saying Frogman is a stoner, obviously. Obviously is a stoner. In 2016, in WCPO TV, Matthews commented on reports of a couple playing Pokemon Go near the river. He claimed to see a frog-like creature standing on its hind legs. It was like Bigfoot and all that other stuff, Matthews said. I don't believe in Bigfoot either. Thanks, man. Thanks. Frogman's kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's kind of fun, but he's also got not a lot going on. I think like you're like right here. You're right above. You know what? No, I think you're right below not deer. You're kind of fun. You're C. There's not a lot going on. It's gonna be hard to go up higher than this for right now, but you know, that's how it would be, wouldn't it? Okay, so we're gonna take a small break, as we usually do every 2 hours. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you guys have been enjoying this talking of cryptids. It's been a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm gonna take a small break, somewhere about 7 minutes. Usually we do that about every 2 hours. If I go longer than 4, yeah, thank you all so much for being here. Hope you guys have been enjoying this. Take a break, do what you gotta do. I'll be back in 7 minutes. I gotta clean my cat's cat bowls and get them ready for their lunch in a couple hours. So yeah, see you in about 7 minutes. Hello. Welcome back. We're back from our break. Hello. How's it going? We doing good? We doing well? You ready for more cryptids? Yeah, I'm ready for more cryptids. We got a lot. I have no plans of going through all of this, by the way. I just want to let you know. I have no plans of going through all of this. We're just going to keep going until, like, I'm done. Just letting you guys know, if you didn't know that. I have no intentions of going, like, crazy. Like, do this whole goddamn thing. God, no. Hell no. We're just going until I feel happy, or, like, I just want to call it for the day, because... yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But I hope you guys have been enjoying this. This has been a lot of fun to do this shit. So, let's carry on, shall we? So, the Goat Man. What a shot. That's a statue. But that's a very fun shot of the Goat Man. I'm not going to lie. So, who's the Goat Man? The Goat Man. Who is he? Give me your wiki. All right, the Goat Man. Let's see. According to an urban legend, Goat Man is a creature resembling a goat-human hybrid, often credited with canine deaths and purported to take refuge in the woods of Prince George's County, Maryland, United States. The more you know. In the May of 1971, University of Maryland student George Lazama completed an undergrad folklore project on the Goat Man that was later added to the Maryland Folklife Archives. In Lismana paper, the Goat Man was said to be located on Tucker Road in Clinton, Maryland. Later the same year, reporter Karen Holzer discovered Lisma project in the Maryland Folklife Archives and reported on it in the Prince George's County News in October 1971. This time placing the Goat Man near the Fletchertown Road in Bowie, Maryland. Additionally, this report covered the theory that the Goat Man's origins can be traced to the Beltsville Agricultural Research Center. I don't know why that word was so hard for me to say. I had to reset myself. God damn. While Goat Man stories originated in the early 1970s, some of the legends are set in the late 1930s within Prince George's County following the disappearance and or deaths of multiple dogs, which were later contributed to the creature. However, given the condition of the remains, the deaths may more likely have been the result of passing trains. Despite evidence to the contrary, stories of the Goat Man's existence continued to circulate, especially among local students. Graffiti reading, "Goat Man was here," was not uncommon, and law enforcement would habitually receive calls regarding alleged sightings, a number of which were pranks. The creature was commonly claimed to have a human face, but with a body covered in hair. However, descriptions offered by whether Goat Man's greatly resembled a hairy humanoid or a human with the lower portions of goat, similar to the fawns of Roman mythology. As well, Goat Man was rumored to reside in a makeshift shelter in the wooded region of northeastern Prince George's County near the abandoned trailer parks. Occasionally, it was rumored that the Goat Man would venture out to kill any living thing, such as animals, humans, etc. What's the other one? I want to know what the other one was. So it's trying to say that, yeah, we just got writings. It was originated in a story. Immediate just stories about this guy. It does not actually exist. We just have stories that were placed in the 1930s. That's how I'm like taking this. So what do you have to say? What's your writing on this? Because like this is like obviously a shot, but I think it's like a fake shot. But it's good. I really enjoy it. That's a great shot by whoever made that. By gosh. Very good. Goat Man is human cryptid mostly associated with Louisiana, Maryland, and Texas. That is not what the wiki says at all. This is like the Goat Man is specifically okay. For Texas, see Lake Worth monster. For other see Okay, never mind. I lied. There's a Kentucky version. The Podmic monster. Texas Lake Worth monster. Interesting. Brothers. Okay. Okay, let's just like read this one real quick. Also, this is artist rendering of the Maryland Goatman. You know how many people I would know that probably like, I gotta fuck him. I feel like I know several people would be like, gotta have sex with that guy. That goat man is about to goat me. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm like, oh, damn. I mean, more power to you, but damn. Okay. More power to you, I suppose. The goatman is a humanoid cryptid, most commonly associated with Louisiana, Maryland, and Texas. It is described as a 7-foot tall hybrid creature, part man and part goat. Some claim it is a relative of the New Orleans evil chupacabra-like cryptid. The Grunch? That's a great name. Oh, look at him. Yeah, that's a Grunch, all right, baby. That's great. I love that. That's fantastic. Okay. I didn't know there was a fucking New Orleans variant of the Chupacabra. I'm missing out so much. I'm upset. Upset we weren't told about this at a sooner time, chat. I really am. Anyway. Back to Goatman, I guess. The less cooler named one. You got great art though. Both you got two different paths, horror and horny. The two H's of of monsters, I suppose. The urban legends often tell of it killing young couples in parked cars or scouring neighborhoods killing family pets. When scared, teenagers whispered about the Goatman. Not all agree on the form he takes. Some say he was a man who kept goats and went mad after teenagers killed his flock, driven to seek revenge against any youngster. But perhaps the most titillating version trace. I love the word titillating. Titillating. Nah. Anyway, trace the origins of the Goatman to the Belvet View Architectural Research Center. Yes. Sprawling USD facility anchored by big brick buildings anointed with white columns. Okay. This is very much a thing. What the fuck? Get out of here. That's cool. Get out of here. In this version, a mad scientist is conducting experiments on a goat when something goes horribly wrong. Turning him to half man, half goat beast that is, naturally, hungry for blood. Of course. Why wouldn't it be, right? He may not be as famous as Cryptid's cousins, Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster. Meh. But Goatman was a devoted following. Has a devoted following. The creatures began surfacing a long time ago, according to Dr. Barry Pearson, a folklorist at the University of Maryland, which happens to be in Prince George's County and is home of the Goatman Archive. Yes. Well, all right, that's interesting. Different versions of it. You got the Maryland Goatman, the Waterford Sheep Man, the Podmic monster. Again, someone would probably fuck this guy, and I just know it, especially this version. Okay. Goatman be Goatmaning. He's got a lot of different variants. Goatman be spreading. Goatman be out there. Goatman's got more variety out here than the fucking Loch Ness goddamn monster. Goatman, I think you're cool. I think you gotta put you up there with like C, I think. Or actually top of C. I think top of C. You can't be B. I don't think you're B. You're not B nature for me at all. Absolutely not. You're not up there for me. But interesting nonetheless. Pretty fun to know there's so many different variations of this guy, which I'm down for 100%. Anyway, what's next? Mantis Man. Fucking Mantis Man. What the fuck is Mantis Man? Is there a wiki though? Doesn't look like it. Well, I guess I'll take her word for it on the cryptid one. Definitely not a photo of Mantis Man. Mantis Man is roughly 7 feet tall bug-like creature that has been reported in Hatchettown, New Jersey, near the river. This cryptid mostly resembles a praying mantis, which is why it's called Mantis Man. Did you know? I didn't. I didn't know that's why it was called Mantis Man. I just thought it was because it likes Marvel, I guess. But it's unlikely to be related to the Mantidiri order? Huh? Stop saying things I don't know. It was first sighted in 2002. See the description. The odd thing about the two sightings is the fact that both men were out fishing near a body of water. Praying mantises don't usually spend their time in water. They usually spend their time on leaves and in the forest, though mantises may be able to swim in shallow water. With its huge size, this cryptid version can touch the bottom of the river without its whole body drifting away through the current. In all the reports, the Mantis Man doesn't harm anyone. It's likely afraid of people who encounter it because it seems to always run away when it gets too close. Wow, what happenstance. Sightings. Unlike the two on Monsters and Mysteries in America, there was in fact another sighting of the Mantis Man. The police report tells that another person, Mr. Strickler, I guess, saw the Mantis Man on a riverbank. I saw something strange a few weeks ago on the River near my home here in Hatchettown, New Jersey. I was driving home from the drugstore on Newburgh Road. As I drove near the bridge over the river, I noticed to my left something I thought was a fisherman standing in the river just off the south bank. I slowed the car and looked closer. It wasn't a person, and it was transparent-like with a weird shape. It moved slowly towards the bank and into the trees. I drove further so I could see it coming out of the trees. That was the last I saw of it. It was tall, 8 feet or so, and had long, thin arms hanging off of it. The color was a pale brown, and I could see through it. The head was small compared to its body. It was sunny that day, so I thought it'd be glare from the water, but after I thought it back, I realized I wasn't seeing a mirage or a glare. I checked the internet and didn't see anything about it. I mentioned to a coworker in my office at lunch on Wednesday. He gave me the strangest look. I thought, uh-oh, he thinks I'm nuts. I went back to his computer and brought up the Hatchettown forum with the Mantis Man witness. Da-da-da! Okay. I don't like this wiki as much because it does go more of the fact of trying to woo you and like, ooh, creature. And I'm like, can I just have the deets? Like, come on, just give me the information. I'm biased, please. Anyway. Explanations. I don't care. I really don't care. It's an interesting thought, I guess. I love this. It's like, yeah, buddy, I got me a fish. I'm also southern in Maryland. Yeah, buddy. What a great photo, chat. He's so happy about his hunt. Good for you, man. Good for you. Also, he's got a card. Mantis Man's got a card. Depicted in MetaZoo Cryptid Nation. So there was a whole card thing called MetaZoo. That's crazy. That's cool. Mantis Man. You're fun. You're bottom of sea, though. I think you're fun. Had to get some water. You're fun. I like you. You sassy. I got nothing else to say. You got one sighting though, so like you're very bottom. You're almost there in D. You know what? Actually, no. Never mind. You're not C. These guys got way more going on for them for C, unlike you. So I think you're probably between the dogs. Yeah. Never mind. You really got demoted. I'd say you're probably right here more so, personally. Yeah. That makes more sense to me. Let's go with that. Airborne Frogman. That's terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying. I love there's actually a seal history about it. Of a version of this. What is this? I think it's just about a teen that was called that. Whatever. Let's go with this because the cryptids know. The cryptid knows what I'm talking about. I love this depiction of this art. She doesn't give a fuck about Frogman over there. She's like, no, I'm here at the beach. I'm here at the beach to enjoy myself, not give a fuck about some flying frog. If I see flying frog, I'll go see my cousin who keeps constantly throwing them at me. He's a bully, that's what I say. I'm trying to get away from him. This is my vacation. And it's like, but I'm up here and kind of cool. I don't give a shit. Oh, this page has been nominated for deletion and maybe removed? What the fuck? Because it may not meet the wiki standards for notable abilities, sourcing accuracy, or overall content quality? Oh, okay. All right. That's crazy. All right, whatever. I guess probably because there's nothing to it. The airborne frogman, also known as the Coney Island monster. Is that why? Let's see. It just pops up with that. Let's look at this too, but I'm going to read this and look at the other one real quick. Was a strange humanoid creature reportedly sighted by many residents of Coney Island, New York City. The creature was sighted at least that was until the summer of 1888, when something else decided to frolic above Coney Island as well. The thing that was seen was flying several hundred feet above the water. Hundreds saw it. Okay, well, I have to take your word at that, I guess. It was described as mostly human looking, but with large bat wings and the legs of a frog. As the creature's wings flapped, a loud sound could be heard. Most here fascinated, still more terrified. The creature was dubbed the Coney Island monster. Wow! That meant so much, I guess. Same photo, though. Let's see. The Coney Island monster, also known as the airborne frogman, was a strange humanoid creature reportedly sighted by many residents of Coney Island, New York City. At least that was until the summer of 1880. This is like literally the same, but written well. The other one looked like AI almost took it and just like stole it away or some shit. The thing that was seen was flying several hundred feet above the water. Hundreds saw it. It was described as mostly human looking, but with large wings and legs of a frog. As the wings flapped, a loud sound could be heard. Dabba dabba dabba. Okay, yeah, there's like nothing to this. That explains why it's going away. It's very obscure. It's a very obscure, like, little local legend. Not a lot. I don't know. It must have been a guy testing out some bullshit, but I'm gonna be honest, you suck. You suck, Airborne Frogman. You're stealing Frogman's thunder over here. Loveland's Frogman? There's already one Frogman. It's bad enough we got 1,001 fucking Bigfoots out there, but 2 frog people? That's too much. That's way too much, chat. We can't be having that. That's way too much. We can have all the furry people we want, but 2 slimy bastards? No, thank you. That was very mean to be calling them bastards, but I couldn't think of nothing else in the moment. But you know how it is. You know how it is, chat. Manta Man? What the fuck is Manta Man? I'm glad you got one. Are you under siege as well to be deleted? Nope. You're fine, apparently. Ugh. Ugh. My roof of my mouth started hurting. It was weird. The Manta Man is a strange flying humanoid creature seen in central Chile of the metropolitan region. It has 4 limbs, 2 of which have large manta ray fin-like membranes connecting them to the creature's bodies like wings. It's very vicious. It has been seen devouring dogs. The first sighting of this strange being occurred in September 29th, 2013. It's very new. An anonymous witness claimed to have seen the creature rise from the trees in Bustamante Park in San Diego de Chile. When asked to describe the animal, the witness claimed it was about 6 feet tall and looked very much like a manta ray. However, it resembled a gargoyle in that it possessed leathery wings. This witness, under the pseudonym of, not even gonna try, later sketched the anomaly above. I'm sold. It's real. I'm sold on it. Easy. I'm so sold on it. The avian oddity was sighted many more times in Chile after the initial sighting, such as other anonymous witnesses spotting the creature in the Alpine Los Berneche commune. Sure, I'm going to say that's what that is. Later, even being reported hanging around in a church tower in Santiago. Okay. It's another one-off. It's another one-off. Very rare. Very rare one-off. You're with them. You suck. Gator man, I swear to God. I swear to God there, man. If you ain't kind of cool, I'm going to be disappointed. I'm going to be very disappointed. The fuck is that photo? That looks so AI. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, you got a decent little paragraph at least. Is there anything else? Do you have a wiki? Probably not. I have the alligator man. Is that close enough? Interesting. It might be actually. Okay. Nope. This is a totally different one. Not much is known about the elusive New Jersey gator man. We do know that during the summer of 1973, the residents of New Jersey's Newton Lafayette area was plagued by what eyewitnesses described as a large humanoid alligator. Folklore. A local journalist who covered the story compared the creature to an enduring Native American legend about a giant man-sized fish that could never be caught. Perhaps that the New Jersey gator man stand out the most amongst the other lizard men in the fact that its existence was publicly acknowledged by a state employee. Interesting. Young men from the tribe, somewhere in New Guinea, make crocodile armor in their body by a ritual where they get scars that look like crocodile armor. However, this is probably just a coincidence. Okay. The statement came in 1977 when New York City conservation naturalist Alfred Huelstruck reported that the state's southern tier was the apparent home of a scaled man-like creature which appears at dusk from the red algae infested waters to forage among the fern in moss-covered uplands. Although this is only official statement in relation to the New Jersey gator man, the simple fact that the city official publicly acknowledged the creature's existence says something for its credibility. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. What do you mean? Oh, yeah, it might be real. No, it doesn't. It's a local government. No offense. It's also no different for sometimes you got kooky people in local government. I'm just saying it. There's some kooky people in local government, okay? This is another one of those situations. It's just a kooky guy that believes it. That's also good. That wants to help his community. That's all. Does not make it credible at all. It's interesting nonetheless. You also got to know. But okay, so what's this one? El Hombre Camino de Algamer is an urban legend in the Caribbean coast of Colombia that takes place in the riverside town of Plato. Passion for spine. Oh, make it turn into a being when the head of a man and the body of an alligator. Ah, gotcha. This is more like don't be a dick, I guess. Star Wars legend reported in the press in the 1940s. This is like a bit different. It's like a cautionary tale. That's what it was. This is more of a cautionary tale style. Okay, that's kind of interesting though. What a statue though. It's a cool statue. Anyway, Gator Man. Gator Man. I don't know why that's your photo. That's not nowhere on anywhere about any of this shit. Gator Man, you're a bit more fun. You're a bit more fun. I'll put you between the dog men too. I think you're okay. You know what? You're better than Mantis Man. That's for damn sure. But Jesus Christ. There's a lot of D's. There's a lot of like, kind of like boring ones so far. Which is fine. Sometimes a lot of them are one-offs and nothing too crazy. Now, you have to be cool if you're called the Indestructible Octoman. Alright? How do you spell indestructible? I already butchered it. Indestructible Octoman. Origins. It's something wiki? It's something, alright. Okay. That's a fun one. That's a fun wiki to have called It's Something. Definitely upsetting. Something. Okay. We got these two. Let's check that out. Holy shit, you got a paragraph. You have a fucking paragraph to say here with no organizational skills. What the fuck? Okay. You have a whole different website. Cryptid Empire is an interesting site. Let's see what it is. It's things to run, keep it more organized on this one. What is the Indestructible Octoman? The Indestructible Octoman is a cryptid defined as much by uncertainty as by appearance. Witnesses described a humanoid figure with tent-like appendages, though details vary significantly between accounts. Sightings are often brief and disorienting, contributing to the creature's name. Folklore places the Octoman near waterways or remote terrain, suggesting an amphibious or aquatic origin. Unlike clearly defined cryptids, the Indestructible Octoman exists at the edge of the comprehension, resisting consistent classification. Okay. Its legend highlights how cryptids can emerge from fragmented observations where fear and confusion shape the creature as much as physical form. I like that. That's interesting. Origin of folklore. The Indestructible Octoman is a creature rooted in the folklore and oral traditions of various sightings, folk accounts, and wait, are those? Can't tell if that was the end of the sentence or not. I don't think it was. I think it is actually. Of various sightings, folk accounts, and regional legend have kept the cryptid alive across generations, shaping local identity and reinforcing the mystery of the landscape it inhabits. Like many American cryptids, the indescribable Octoman exists at the intersections of documented encounter, cultural imagination, and the human need to explain what lies below the familiar. Okay, that doesn't say much. That really didn't say much. Okay. Okay, I don't know if I want to read all this. This is long as hell. You got things to say, good sir. Oh my god. Let's see. The Ohio River and its main tributary are a hotbed of odd and occasionally dangerous cryptozoology activity, but one of the weirdest creatures ever to emerge from this murky depths have got to be this hulking gray-skinned quasi I don't know what that is, which at least 5 terrified eyewitnesses claim to have seen during the winter of '59. The world at large first learned about this moist monstrosity. That's a as a descriptor. On January 29th, 1959, an article published in the Cincinnati Post in Time Star, tantalizing title, what is it? Monster turns up the Ohio. What is it? Monster turns up the Ohio. Beneath it, the equally intriguing subheading read, anyone missing an indescribable monster that swims. Thus begins the fascinating and all too short saga of the insidious, yet little known, indescribable Octoman. Well, that's interesting. I gave more than this. That actually gave some... Okay, you're just... No, fuck you. You're a bad website. You didn't give any information to anything. Just other than, yeah, it's a thing. Often and explicitly lumped in with Carrie Hammond. Yeah, Elvin. You okay? That's the old man. Inexplicably lumped in with the hairy hominoid, I guess, accounts from the same region and area. This, oh god, ostentable amphibious beast was first reported in Ohio's Claremont County in New Richmond police by an unnamed man who claimed that something came out of the river approximately 4 miles from New Richmond. According to this spooked eyewitness, the alien life form he saw was utterly indescribable. Needless to say, police took this anonymous report with a proverbial grain of salt. Whoever wrote this is descriptive. He knows words. Very descriptive man or person. I should say person more because I don't know their gender. But they changed their tune when a second concerned caller, this time a truck driver en route to Indianapolis, phoned from a gas station located on Kellogg Avenue. Near, I think it's crazy, you got a street called Kellogg Avenue. Anyway, near a bridge on the Little Main River. That's like, we've got several on that river already, actually, now that I think about it. The trucker claimed that as he drove from Mount Washington towards Cincinnati, he has spied an unclassified entity unlike anything he's ever seen. In the story, in the first of 2 stories published by the Cincinnati Post and Time Star regarding this inscrutable creature, a dispatcher from Station X, the code for one sergeant and a radio operator housed at Central Station in City Hall, Cincinnati, confirmed that the voices of both witnesses were distinct, and he even went on to state, of course, just because local police were pursuing the case doesn't mean that they took it seriously. In fact, another, again unnamed, officer sarcastically speculated that this thing might be from an alien when it was quoted as saying, "It really was a riot here. We kept waiting for someone to say, 'Take me to your leader.'" Okay, well, I don't feel like reading more, but we got to have a good idea. Like, it just had a couple of reports. They call it Octoman for some reason. Nonetheless, interesting creature. Also very obscure, but very interesting nonetheless. It's a bit more fun. I would say you an upper D personally. I don't think you're too interesting for C, but you're interesting enough as it is. Okay, so aren't all 4 of these just variations of Bigfoot? Let's go through them quickly, shall we? Though I gotta say as well, the image for Skunk Ape is terrifying. That's a terrifying ass photo. You can't tell me otherwise. That's absolutely terrifying. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I just messed about that so hard. All right, you actually have a wiki. All right. There's a different version of that? Ah, okay. The skunk ape is a large, hairy, mythical humanoid creature said to inhabit forests and swamps in the southeastern United States, most notably in Florida. It is often compared, most notably in Florida, you know, Florida. They're fucking weird over there. Is often compared to, synonymous with, or called the cousin of Bigfoot. We already had the cousin. This is second cousin. A prominent subject within popular culture. Many dubious articles have been presented in an attempt to prove the skunk ape's existence, including anecdotal sightings, supposed photographs, audio and video recordings, and casts of large footprints. It is just kind of a Bigfoot in a different country. Or a different part of the... It's a swamp. It's a swamp Sasquatch. That's what it is. It's like the variations I was talking about. There's like so many different variations. It was all the combination of folklore, misidentification, and hoax rather than a living animal. The skunk ape has entered the popular culture of the southern United States, especially in Florida. The skunk ape is commonly described as a bipedal human or ape-like creature, approximately 1.5 to 2.1 meters, or 5 to 7 feet tall, covered in molted reddish brown hair. The skunk ape is often reported to be similar in structure compared to traditional depictions of Bigfoot from the northern United States and Canada. It is named for its foul odor, often described as being similar to that of a skunk. It's because all that swamp water. It's sucking up all that swamp gas out in the swamp water. Am I right? I am right. Contemporary descriptions of the skunk ape in Florida, Georgia, Alabama folklore have occurred since European settlers first occupied the region. In 1818, local newspapers reported a story from what is now Florida that spoke of a man-sized monkey raiding food stores and stalking fishermen along the shore. No, that was Uncle Jim. He's just fucking drunk. Cryptozoologists have made unsubstantial claims that Seminole, and these are people, and I'm ruining their name. Nope, not even gonna try. Culture includes the stories of a foul-smelling, physically powerful, and secretive creature called a name roughly translated to furry tall man or hairy giant. Gotcha. You have a lot more to you, though. You're very interesting. Reports of the skunk ape were particularly common in the 1950s and through the 1970s. The Bigfoot Researchers Organization achieved hundreds of alleged sightings across almost every county of Florida beginning in the 1950s into the present day. In 1929, an alleged sighting occurred at the famous, then recently constructed, Perky Bat Tower at the Florida Keys. Witnesses reported an unknown ape-like creature was drawn to the construction site. After inspecting the bat tower shortly after it had been stocked with bats, the creature shook the tower, driving off the bats before running off into the woods. Oh, he's trolling. He's a trolling man. He fits in Florida just well. They all be trolling down there. They be doing whack-ass shit. In the small community of Barden in Pullman County, Florida, beginning in the 1940s, there was a number of alleged sightings of the creature that came to be known as the Barden Booger. The Barden Booger? That's the name you're choosing for? That's great. I need some water. Oh, God. You ever get like that rush of cold water and you can feel it like go down past your lungs, like in the middle of your chest to your stomach finally? I'm so empty right now, apparently, that I'm like hungry. I'm actually pretty hungry right now. That I just felt all that. I'm like, oh, God, that was weird. Oh, that was a weird rush. I haven't had that in a long ass time. Anyway, I digress. In 1942, a man in Sawanese County reported a similar creature rushing out from the brush line while he was driving down an isolated road. It was alleged to have grabbed onto the vehicle, beating on the running board and door for half a mile before departing. Dude, the swamp ape be trolling people, man. They're fit perfectly in Florida. In the 1960s, a rash of sightings in Central Florida happened around Marin, I guess, counties. One such report from 1963 involved several members of a family encountering an ape-like creature around their real home, including one instance of an approaching a window to peer inside at night. And he's a peeping Tom. Yeah, bunch of weirdos out there. In the 1970s, two Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputies named Marvin Lewis and Ernie Milner reported that an ape-like creature stalked them through a grove before they shot at it with their firearms. Oh, of course you did. God damn it. They reported following a trail of footprints where they were removed hair snagged on the barbed wire fence line that had been pushed down. From 71 to 75, arrest sightings occurred in Broward. There's a Broward County? Yo, that's crazy. I didn't know that about Florida. In the surrounding areas, multiple eyewitnesses reported nocturnal encounters with a 5 to 7 foot tall ape-like creature with dark red to black fur. These events would heavily cover newspapers, both local and other Florida cities such as Miami, where some of the earliest instances popularized the term skunk ape in the state lexicon. Okay, so it was in the 70s they got the name. Reports alleged the skunk ape had invaded homes, stalked people, and killed several of farmers' livestock, including a horse and a bull. Damn! You know how hard it would be to kill a bull if they got pissed? Ugh! That's crazy. The local police department investigated after one law enforcement officer. Alvin's getting hungry. The local police department investigated after one law enforcement reported striking the skunk ape with his car. And you survived? I feel like that car would be dead. The car is totaled, my dude. Posses were formed in an effort to locate the alleged creature, but no body or evidence was found. Of course not, because if it actually happened, skunk ape's a beast. It's having to survive like the Florida swamps. It's gonna be like, and it can take out a bull. That's crazy. He's a strong boy. 77, a failed to pass bill was proposed to the Florida state legislature to make it illegal to take, possess, harm, or molest arthropod or human animals. And that involves a skunk ape? Yeah, damn, dude. Fucking, he's got a storied history. He's a trolley man. I like skunk ape. You know what, skunk ape? Skunk ape, I think you hit your own category. We have a category for every tier. You hit C. I think you're not as cool as like the Yeti or Bigfoot, but man, you're in your own tier, your own weirdness. You don't belong in D, you belong at the top of C. You're like a C+. C++, if I would say. Almost a B, but you deserve your own category. You're the leader of the C gang. The C gang? That's weird to say, but nonetheless, you belong in it and you are the leader. Because you're pretty cool. This photo is more appropriate. It's terrifying, but also, you know, a little mischievous. He's a little mischievous little man. He's ready to punk you. Shake all the bats out of the tower. He's ready to fuck shit up. I like it. Quick rundown of all these. That was not a quick rundown of that at all. That was actually kind of interesting. Was it the Float Monster? Is that how I say it? No, I put an L in there for no goddamn reason. Alright. This is why I like to have a wiki. I love this. Monster Mart? Oh god, damn. Oh. Tired, chat. Goddamn. Was it folk home of the legendary Baki Creek Monster? Love it. That's absolutely amazing. So the Float Monster, the Baki Creek Monster is another name for it apparently. It has a film? 2016 American documentary. Oh wow. You're actually kind of popular. That's crazy. You got a lot. Leave it to the Bigfoots. Leave it to the Bigfoots that have a lot of history. Sasquatch, always popular, no matter what region it is. They got some celebrities in that family. They got some very identified monsters, and they're just very popular all the time. The folk monster, that does not help me. I don't know what that symbol means. Is a large, hairy, mythical humanoid creature said to have been sighted in a rural town of Floke in the area of Miller County, Arkansas, during the 1970s. Similar to the description of Bigfoot, this creature was alleged to have attacked a local family. Has since become part of Arkansas folklore. Stories of the creature influenced the 1972 docu-horror film The Legend. Oh, I love that photo though. The Legend of Boggy Creek, which became the 11th highest grossing film of 1972 and is considered to be a cult classic. I want to check that out because I love that movie poster. He's terrifying on it. He looks great. He's got a movie named after him? That's crazy. He's got a whole movie and everything. I'm telling you, there's celebrities in the Bigfoot family. The creature was named by journalist Jim Powell, who reported for the Texarkana Gazette and the Texarkana Daily News. Okay. Various reports from 1971 to 74 described it as being a large bipedal creature covered in long, dark hair. It was estimated about 7 feet. Yeah, that sounds about right. With a weight of 250 to 300. Did you have a scale? Later reports claimed that it was far larger, with one witness describing it as 10 feet tall, with an estimate around 800 pounds. Where's the scale? Some accounts describe the Floke monster as running swiftly with a galloping gait and swinging his arms in a fashion similar to a monkey. Gotcha. Where reports also described it as having a terrible odor. They're just all stinky. Well, Arkansas is like southern, so it could be hot there. And it's a little misty there, right? Usually, yeah, I think you'd be a little stinky. The odor being described as a combination of skunk and a wet dog and having bright red eyes about the size of silver dollars. Weirdly massive eyes, honestly. A variety of tracks and claw marks have been discovered, which were claimed to belong to the creature. One set of footprints reportedly measured 17 inches in length and 7 inches wide. Damn. They got big old toes. While another appeared to show feet that only possessed 3 toes. Ugh. 3 toes only is crazy. So history. Prior to the 20th century, several alleged sightings in the general related to large hairy creatures circulated in 1851. Report in the Memphis Inquirer. In 1856, report in the Caddo Gazette. Local residents claim that the creature had roamed the area since 1964, but these sightings have not been reported. Local folklore also holds that the creature can be further traced back to the sightings in 1946. Most endearing sightings were alleged in the region of Jonesville, as the creature was known as the Jonesville Monster during that period. So, man, it's got a whole thing. Look at all the films it's got. I just looked over. We got the Legend of Boggy Creek, Return to Boggy Creek, which I'm guessing is a sequel, Boggy Creek 2, and The Legend Continued. Wait, what? Is this a sequel to this? What 2 are you going for? I thought this was a sequel to the first one. Is it not? Boggy Creek, The Legend is True. That's 2010. So we went from 72, 85, wait, 72, 73, 85, now we're in 2010. Legend of Boggy Creek was in 2011, and the Boggy Creek Mantra was like 2016. This guy's popular. Holy crap. He's got some films under his belt. Okay. Let's see. Jonesville Monster in 55. The creature was allegedly spotted by a 14-year-old boy who described it as being reddish brown hair, sniffing the air, and not reacting when it was fired upon with birdshot. Damn. Observed that the investigator Joe Nick Hill observed that the description was closely consistent with a misidentified black bear. Okay, so let's read a couple of reports, right? 1970s was a big prime time for it. This is just a busy time for like the movie and shit, right? Okay.
That's what this is talking about. Let's just read it. Fuck it. Let's just read some of it. Folklore Mares first made local headlines in 1971 when it was reported to have attacked the home of Bobby and Elizabeth Ford on May 2nd, 1971. Goddamn. According to Elizabeth Ford, the creature, which she initially thought was a bear, reached through the screen window that night while she was sleeping on the couch. It was chased away by her husband and her brother Don. During the alleged encounter, the Fords fired several gunshots at the creature and believed they had hit it, though no traces of blood were found. The extensive search of the area failed to locate the creature, but three-toe footprints were found close to the home, as stretch marks on the porch and damage to the window and the house's siding. According to the Fords, they heard something moving around outside late at night several nights later, but prior, but having lived in the house for less than a week, had never encountered the creature before. The creature was allegedly sighted again on May 23rd, 1971, when three people, D.C. Wood Jr., Wilma Woods, and Mrs. R.H. Sedgas? I have no clue. Reported seeing an ape-like creature crossing U.S. Highway 71. More sightings reported were made over the following months by local residents and tourists who found additional footprints. Man, he was vibing out in the 70s. He was living his best life, I guess. Being a creep, though, but, you know, he's living his best life. Best known footprints were found in a soybean field belonging to local filling station owner Scott Keith. They were, by game warden Carl Gallon. I don't know why I said gay. The Y is in a different spot. Who was unable to confirm their authenticity. Like the Ford prints, they appeared to be indicated that the creature only had three toes. This incident attracted several instances, substantial interest after news spread about the Ford sightings. Local radio station posted a $1,000 bounty on the creature. Well, it's more realistic than $1 million. God damn. They don't know. They don't know good publicity for their town. They should have gone with another $1 million because you get more people in, spend more money. You can, have some money now. They were being too honest, Chad. Being too honest. Several attempts were made to track the creature with dogs, but they were unable to follow its scent. God, it's so young. When hunters began to take interest in the Floke monster, Leonard County Sheriff Leslie Geer was forced to put a temporary no-guns policy in place in order to preserve public safety. Fair enough. In 1971, 3 people were fined $60 each for filing a fraudulent monster report. How would you know? You go investigate and it's like not true. That's great. $60 is a lot in 71, so it's probably well over 100 now. And due to the surge of its popularity, it seemed to have gained a movie, a docudrama horror film. I want to see that. I love the poster for it though. By late 74's interest waned again, sightings all but stopped. Of course they do. Only to begin again in March of 78 when tracks were reportedly found by 2 brothers prospecting in Russellville, Arkansas. There was also sightings, and these all need to be cited. There's like no proof of this apparently. On June 26th of that same year, a sighting was reported. During that period, the creature was blamed for missing livestock and attacks of several dogs. Man, you had a time in the 70s. You were the most active then, apparently. Lord have mercy. And they just kept on to it too. You know what, man? Oh, it's also from the poster. That's cool. You know what? I think you're pretty cool. I think you're up there and like right below the Yeti. You're a B. You put in some work. You put in some work on your lore. That's crazy. Got fucking several movies. Like, my God. So what's the newest movie poster look like? Do we have that? Oh yeah, we looked at that. No poster for you. Low budget horror film. Gotcha. That's a great poster as well. Also enjoyable. That's not bad. I like the font's all right on that. I like the font for this one. That's also great. But man, nothing beats this great poster. That's fantastic. Also, I love the choice of water. It must be near water a lot. Anyway. Yeah, good on you, Morn. Good on you. Ohio Grassman. Also a Yeti. I mean, like Sasquatch. God. I just need a moment. Oh, I need to stretch again. Like, this is fun, but man, I am so sleepy. And I blame my cats. They kept us up last night, and they were just being complete assholes. I love there's that, but we're going to look at this one. We're only going to look at this one, because at least that's trying to be reputable. The Grassman, also known as the Ohio Grassman, the Kenmore Grassman, or Orange Eyes. That's crazy. Don't point at his eyes like that. That's mean. Is a tall bipedal humanoid that stalks the woods of Ohio, hence the name of Ohio Grassman. It's reportedly very similar to Bigfoot. Seems to have much more aggressive than any other Sasquatch species. Angy boys. The Grassman gets his name from the small hut-like living structures or nests it builds out of tall grass. How do we know that? How do we know he does that? First sighting was in 78. There's a lot of sightings in the 70s. I think that was because that was prime time drinking era. I don't know. A lot of cheap beer being thrown around. That's the only thing I can think of. First prominent sightings of the Grassman occurred in the small village of Minerva, Ohio, in August of 1978, when the grandchildren of Minerva residents Evelyn and Howie Clayton, along with their friends, ran inside screaming about a hairy monster they saw in the gravel pit outside. When the couple went out to investigate, they saw what the crying children had described. It was covered in dark matted hair, sitting in a pit filling with a discarded trash. It was estimated to be around 300 pounds. How would you know? Does it look big? Goddamn. The Claytons fled, but this would not be their last encounter with the Ohio ape-man. The Claytons would see the Grassman many times after their initial encounter. One night, he was seen peering at them through their kitchen window. Howie ran for the gun, but the primate was gone before he returned. The area was later investigated by police, and although there was no sign of the hairy humanoid, several faint footprints were observed in the mud, and a terrible smell still lingered in the air. Are they just stanky? Why are Sasquatch just stinky? Don't they know about shampoo and conditioner? Come on now. Go steal some. You'll be fine, I swear. The Ohio Grassman was later seen by Clayton atop of a hill near the strip mall at night. The next month, in broad daylight, the couple observed two hairy bipedals at the same time. It split off and multiplied. Like a germ, it just split itself and it multiplied. That's crazy. I didn't know they could do that. Terrifying. A couple observed two hairy bipedals in the same hill. It was only after these reports by the Claytons were made that the startling connection was made. Days before the gravel pit incident, the Clayton's German Shepherd was found dead. Its neck broken, presumably killed by the hairy beast. Damn! That's crazy. Holy crap. The Minerva case, along with the infamous Sasquatch, would form the most complex and important Bigfoot investigation in Ohio's history. Even so, the year 1978 was not the first mention of such creatures roaming the Buckeye State. In the 1700s, Indian natives to the Ohio grasslands spoke of the race. Let's just say natives. Just say natives. And the Ohio grasslands spoke of a race bipedal ape men, referred to as wild ones of the woods that lived nearby. The Native Americans would leave out food for the creatures in an effort to keep the peace. Again, in the late 1800s, sightings of a similar hairy biped were made by the Ohio River. The humanoid apparently tried to throw a man out of his carriage, but retreated when his daughter, riding as a passenger, threw several stones at it. God damn, he's definitely aggressive. It is unknown whether these are all Grassman sightings or possibly sightings of a similar kind of Bigfoot, and if the latter, how related the two or more species are. And they got a bunch of information about its description. Okay, you're not as fun as the folk monster. Really felt like we were going up and up. Also, I just realized how many of them are just hairy humanoid creatures. There's so many that are just hairy humanoid creatures. It's just honestly kind of crazy. I feel like you belong in like mid C because you're okay. You're aggressive. You're not trolling like the skunk ape. You're not as cool as the Fresno night growlers or the goat man, but you're interesting enough as it is. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting enough as it is. All right. So the next one is the Pennsylvania White Bigfoot. Gotcha. I forgot. I don't know how to spell Pennsylvania very well. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I don't spell Pennsylvania often. I'll let Elvin go back into his cat tree. All right. Let's look at this legend. I love this shot. What a photo. You know, it's obviously it can be very much doctored, and I'm sure it is, but that's a fun photo, nonetheless, to be honest. All right, Pennsylvanian White Bigfoot. The legendary ape-like creature known as the Sasquatch has been sighted across the forests of North America. Most sighted along the Pacific Northwest, sightings occur across the continent, including some particular bizarre cases in Pennsylvania that involve a white furred Bigfoot-like creature usually sighted with UFOs. Ah, here we are. I forgot that was the thing that a lot of times Bigfoot, Sasquatch, they're chilling with the aliens, man. They're smoking it up with each other. They're having a good old time. The aliens thought they were the humans, like they were the inhabitants of the planets, and the big feet, yes, the big feet, that's what they're called now, not Sasquatches, big feets. They do love a good trolling, as we know with the skunk ape. They love fucking with people, so they're like, yeah, we own the planet. We are the inhabitants of this planet. It's crazy, and they've just been friends ever since. Makes sense to me. Sightings. The Pennsylvania big white Bigfoot was first sighted in Buxley, Pennsylvania in 1970. Always again with the 70s. According to eyewitnesses, Annette B., the creature she saw in 1970, which stood between 6 and 7 feet tall, with a broad chest, a long neck, and a coat of dirtied white fur. Annette went on to describe its face. Its eyes were dark and spaced far apart. Its white fur covered the lower half of his face. There was pinkish skin around the eyes and forehead. It looked like its hair was a little longer on its head and hanging over its forehead like bangs. Fashionable. On September 27, 1973, two girls were standing outside of Beaver County, Pennsylvania at 9:30 p.m. when an 8-foot-tall being covered with white fur with glowing red eyes. What the hell's that? It's Bigfoot. It's Bigfoot. It's this white-haired Bigfoot. It's a Pennsylvania white Bigfoot. Someone's illustration of it, apparently. I want to restart this little section. On September 27th, 1973, two girls were standing outside in Beaver County, Pennsylvania at 9:30 p.m. when an 8-foot-tall being covered with white fur and red glowing eyes ran into the woods nearby. The humanoid is carrying a large glowing orb on its hands. The girls, what the fuck? What was the orb? Was that the alien orb? Oh my god, they really are aliens. The humanoid carrying the large glowing in hands, the girls ran off hysterically into the woods, into their house. Into the woods, they followed. We gotta get that guy. He's got an orb. It'll be worth some money. That's 100% what it was. The father of one of the girls then went into the woods and searched the creature and stayed there for over an hour. That same year, a glowing orb lands near a whoa. Let me restart that. That same year, a glowing orb lands near Uniontown, Pennsylvania, and two Bigfoot creatures are observed in the pasture at the same time. One fires her shotgun at a Bigfoot creature only a few feet away, and it disappears out of sight. At about the same time, a luminous object hovered over the nearby woods. What? There's a video? I want to see the video! What? You better have a link to it. I want to see it. I think that'd be a great way to cap off today's stream if we just watch the Bigfoot video. In 2008, a video surfaced on YouTube that was dubbed the Pennsylvania White Bigfoot clip, which was taken in Cardinal, Pennsylvania. For many years, the residents of Cardinal have reported some bizarre sightings of a white Bigfoot. Small city. The Cardinal is a small city that was the site of the first underground mine in the United States. It used to be a major terminal of the Delaware and Hudson Railroad. In July of 2008, a local news station in Pennsylvania ran a story which talked about the white, possibly albino creature after receiving an anonymous email. It was said to be some sort of animal about 6 to 7 feet tall, covered in all white fur. This email specifically mentioned a wooded area in Carbonell near a mine reclamation site. Reclamation? Yeah, sure. Mine reclamation is restoring the land that could be mined into economical, usable condition. Yep. In 2010, people began to report sightings of a white juvenile Bigfoot in the same city. Homeowners began to hear strange noises and disturbances in the woods. In one case, an unidentified man witnessed movement in his backyard and was able to capture bizarre video footage. For 1 full second, the man filmed a large white creature that resembled the shape of Bigfoot. Can we see it? Yeah, it's the thumbnail. I want to look at it. In the video, as the man's camera hits the creature's face, it quickly moves away. Over the internet, the video clip is said to display some bizarre factors. For starters, the animal's body's proportions are extremely large, which is not easily faked. The creature holds a defined brow ridge, coned head, and hooded nose. The shoulders are extremely high, and the arms are too long. The object is fast and mobile. The creature has white fur on its head and ears. More importantly, the video shows the object's face contorting as it runs away, which suggests that this may not be a mask. The video below has the clearest footage. You can fast forward to the action. Okay. I want to watch this. What the fuck? Oh, wow. That's actually kind of cool. I don't see it contorting though. I think that's a stretch. It looks like it just looked down and walked away. That's fun. That's really fun, actually. I like that. Is it just going through every frame now? Live the adventure. Thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate you. That was fun. Hell yeah, dude. Okay. I mean, I guess it flirted its brow. It doesn't really look like it to me, but I could be wrong. Man, that bumped you up, Mr. Bigfoot. I'm gonna be honest. That bumped your ass up. You might be lower B. I think you're lower B just because you have footage. Footage is a big deal. Footage is a very big deal. If you have footage, you're gonna have a time. And that was pretty convincing footage. That was fun. That was very fun footage. All right, good for you, man. Good for you. That was really interesting. Outside of that, not a lot going on. That's why you're like low B. You would have been like, if without the footage, I think you would have been probably like right behind Goatman. I think it would have been like right here. But the fact that footage is crazy good, you gotta at least hit B. That footage was insane. That was really fun. I like that. So what's next? Old yellow top. Sounds like someone's being mean to somebody. I'm gonna be honest. Is it also a Bigfoot? It is also a Bigfoot with the most like terrible, like, is this supposed to be an actual photo of it? Far-fetched. This photo sucks, I ain't gonna lie. It is interesting to see a lot of these are just like different like potential like apes that could have been found randomly, or just like our interpretation of what they are. Like Sasquatches just seem to be more bipedal apes in a lot of ways. But if this is supposed to be a photo of it, that's a crazy ass photo. All right, but it is a type of Sasquatch. Old yellow top is a 7-foot tall Sasquatch-like creature that was sighted several times around the town of Cobalt, Ontario, Canada. Descriptions of the creature by eyewitnesses closely resemble that of a Sasquatch. However, it has a blonde patch of hair on its head and a light-colored mane, hence its name. This is a blonde boy, man. What do you want? Alleged sightings have taken over a 64-year period, with the first reported sightings in September of 1906, the same year in which the Silver Boom town of Cobalt was founded. Oh, gotcha. Another sighting occurred again in July 1923 when two prospectors experienced woodsman named J.A. McCauley, and Lauren Wilson were taking test samples of their mining claims northeast of near Cobalt. They saw what initially looked to be a bear feasting in a blueberry patch. With courage that bordered on reckless, Mr. Wilson threw a stone at the animal. The creature stood up, growled, and ran into the night. Wilson said that the head was kind of yellow and the rest of it was black like a bear. But he had never seen such a bear. Once more, in April of 1947, a woman and her young son began the long walk along the railroad tracks in Cobalt to do the family weekly shopping. As it was early spring, the woman was wary of stumbling into young bear cubs and their protective mother, and so she jumped when a large shadow in the periphery of her vision moved towards the tracks. What she saw shocked her nearly beyond belief. There was no bear, nor a wolf, or any other creature she had familiar with. It walked effortlessly on two legs, almost like a man. Apparently that must be a quote, I guess. Embedded across the tracks and disappeared into the woods, leaving the shaken onlookers to continue on their journey. Imagine if that actually happened. That'd be crazy. Like, oh, I just gotta go back home now? Okay. The fuck? Yeah, it would be like that. It would be kind of rough, I'm not gonna lie. Last time it was reported, it was seen on August 4th, 1970 by Larry Cormack, I guess, and others. They claimed that the group of 27 miners from Cobalt Loading Mine Working Graveyard was driving down a road when the creature walked across the road in front of them, causing the driver to lose control and nearly plunged down a rock cut. Damn, they almost killed everybody. Laterally stated that the creature at first thought of it to be a bear, had a lightish hair reaching down to its shoulders and contrasting with his otherwise dark fur. I have heard of this thing before, but never believed it. Now I'm not so sure. What about the photo? You have photos? You have photo evidence. Where the fuck did it come from? Where did this photo come from? Doesn't exist. I don't care then. Whatever. You're Sasquatch. You're just a Sasquatch. You're nothing too crazy. I really want to end it on Wood Booger. I think we need to end it on Wood Booger. But let's rank this first. Sasquatch, you're bottom C. I think you're bottom C. You're just a dude. You're just out here. You're not doing much. You're just vibing. And that's okay. Live your best life, Yellow Top. Sounds like I'm saying a slur. I don't know why. I don't like it. But nonetheless, you're just chilling. You're living your best life. You keep doing that, man. You keep living your best life. All right, the Wood Booger is the craziest name we've had so far. It's a type of Bigfoot, I'm assuming. According to the cryptid, yes. Wood Booger. Is it like... Who was it that already had like a... variant of this? I can't remember. I feel like we saw something about that in like one of the Bigfoots. Which one was it? Was it had to do with the skunk ape, or was it one of the dogs maybe? I don't remember. I feel like we heard that name somewhere. Slightly like anticlimactic that it is a Bigfoot, as per usual. A lot of times there is just a ton of different variations of a Bigfoot. Just because, well, people have had sightings damn near everywhere with them. The Wood Booger is a Bigfoot-like creature said to roam the forests of southwest Virginia. The name, Wood Booger, was given to the creature because it was often rumored to carry off young children like the boogeyman. Oh. The funniest name, but yet honestly, the most terrifying. The cryptid was featured in the Animal Planet TV show Finding Bigfoot. Episode Virginia is for Bigfoot lovers. That's crazy. There's been a particularly large amount of sightings outside the town, Saltville, Virginia. Since the visit, the city of Norton, VA, Virginia, had many attractions named after the Wood Booger. This does not even say nothing about it. You don't have any lore? No. Oh, you're so basic, but you got nothing. You're like, you gotta be, you're upper C. You're upper C because you're Bigfoot, but you got nothing outside of merchandise. You suck. You're not great. You suck. You have nothing. You have nothing to show for your efforts. Your brethren, they're all great. You, weakest of the weak. Do more than just merchandise. Mothman's gone to town and stolen Valor, and no one cares. Get on his level. Get on his level. All right. The Jacob photographs. What the hell's that? I love that it's like just a cryptid. I hate the cryptid wiki because like there's just not a lot going on. Collection of 4 photographs taken by Jacob's trail cam. This is supposed to be like this weird ape-like creature right here, I'm assuming. Okay. So these are black bear cubs. Nothing too crazy, and this was like in 2007. It looks like more black bear cubs. Oh. Okay. Well, I actually kind of jumped a little bit. That's... It looks like it's roughly like a similar size to this black bear cub. Because like, this is the base of the tree. That's pretty short. And it's just a bit bigger. What an interesting little shape. What the fuck? Okay. I've never heard of this before. Looks like he's malformed. What the hell? Is there more? So there's a theory that it might be like a type 8. Oh, they have a timetable. So that was it. The time lapse between was like a minute, then it was like 27, and it was 30 seconds. Makes sense. Okay. All right, let's read this up. The Jacob photographs was a series of photos taken by R. Jacobs in 2007 that shows a furry primate-like creature appearing after 2 bear cubs were filmed at an earlier time. Many have speculated that it could be a juvenile Sasquatch or another mystery primate. Others have simply deemed it a mangy black bear who, under poor lighting conditions, took the appearance of a primate. I don't know. It looks weird. Jerry Fisher of the Pennsylvania Game Commission was under great pressure from the public for answers. I mean, that's kind of fair. On what was in the photos. He said, one of the things bears do is they will rub their heads on the ground just like dogs do. Matt Moneymaker, no, that's not a name. Matt Moneymaker is not a name. You can't tell me that. A part of this story is not real. The story's fake. There's a character named Matt Moneymaker. Is the craziest shit. Head of the BFRO said he agrees with Fisher on one point, that they want the mystery solved and were setting out to replicate the photos. They failed, other than a chimpanzee photo that appears to be in the same position. The photographs taken by trail camera set up in a forest shot 2 pictures of the odd creature 30 seconds apart because the Bushnell game camera used by the hunter was set on a 30-second delay. Jared Magnus, a blogger on the Bizarre Zoology blog post, reputable source, was one of the many who proposed that it was only a mangy bear. He prepared diagrams for the images and said a bear can rotate their paws inward, and I wouldn't put too much stock on the way the knee appears to be positioned in this picture. This photo is relatively dark, and if this is mane-stricken, which it appears it obviously to be, it's hard to say for sure how much the baldness or thinning of the hair is playing into knee positioning. But the odd look of the photograph, but the diagrams fail to explain the odd head shape that makes the creature appear to be in a somersault position that the Pennsylvania Game Commission bear biologist Fisher demonstrated. I mean, so we got bears here. I don't know. I don't know if it's a bear though. There's the thing. Like, even if it is mange, it looks so. I guess bears do look really skinny without hair, but it does look like there could be a bit of a mange like pattern here. But crazy. I've never heard of this. That was fascinating. Interesting. You're interesting. So I'm gonna say you're at least up there in D. But you're not too crazy. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think you're that fun. Interesting. I feel like we're in the Sasquatch era right now. There's just so many Sasquatch. Let's do Momo, and we'll call that our last one for the day. Fucking Momo. The Jacobs photographs were very interesting though, I ain't gonna lie. Let me just put in cryptid so we know which one we're talking about right now. Momo the monster. Let's see if I can get 2 different wikis up. Here we go. I'm thinking this one took a lot from this site. I'm assuming, but let's see what we got for 2 different ones here. There's not a lot, but there's enough. So Momo is a large, hairy, mythical humanoid creature. Shocker there. Said to have been sighted in rural Missouri. Unlike other areas with similar reports of Bigfoot-like creatures such as the Fluke Monster or the Honey Island Swamp Monster, Momo did not become a major tourist or economic folklore attraction. Well, that's a shame. They probably tried, but it didn't go well. Alleged witnesses described this creature as human or ape-like, about 7 feet tall. Typical. Okay, so it might have been just a tourist trap. Try to make it a one at least. On July 11th, 1972, 2 young boys were playing in the backyard of a rural outskirts of Louisiana, Missouri. I didn't realize there was a city called Louisiana, Missouri. Their older sister, Doris, was in the kitchen when she heard her brother screaming. When she looked out of the window, she observed a massive, dark-haired, man-like creature holding what appeared to be a deceased dog. She described it as having a pumpkin-shaped head in large, glowing orange eyes. It's very interesting of how much we see the glowing eyes for these Sasquatches. There's so many different Sasquatches, and we always get the glowing eyes. It's very interesting. Many alleged sightings occurred that year, most notably local fire department chief and member of the city council, Richmond Allen Murray, who reported driving along a creek bed when he saw a massive upright creature in his vehicle headlights. As a result of these reported encounters, a 20-person posse was formed to hunt the creature, but nothing was ever found. In 2009, a docudrama horror film titled Momo, the Missouri Monster, was released. No hyperlink for that? Okay. And featured a dramatization of the events in 1972. Films cast. Okay, so I just had a film. Okay. Best known for the appearance of the Bigfoot Researchers Organization members. Ah, wow. Okay. I guess that's interesting. I feel like it's no different. It's just an extra fuzzy guy. Extra fuzzy guy. You're lower than Wood Booger. I ain't gonna lie. Get down to like. Go down to his like the fucking goblin level. You're goblin level. That's what you are. You ain't got nothing going on. These are all Sasquatches. I feel like that's crazy of how many different type of Sasquatches. You look interesting. But okay, that's crazy. Oh, there's the Grunch Road Monster. We're gonna learn about him eventually. Cool. I think we're gonna end it there. Maybe we'll come back to this and finish this up. We'll have another day of learning. Maybe one day. But for what we got through this so far, a lot of squatches. There's a lot of squatches on this cryptid list, and that makes sense. In the world of cryptids, even if you don't, especially in the side of not believing in cryptids, it's easy money. Let's be honest. Cryptids are easy money. It makes a lot of sense that it would be like that. So they would do, because people love a cryptid, and you can market that shit well, you're gonna have a good time, and it keeps your town alive a little longer, right? Because a lot of times these towns that don't have a great like economy really holds tight on these types of things, and like that makes sense in my opinion. But this was fun. This was really fun. I think we will have to come back to this. We'll have to do a part 2 one day to continue on, learn more about cryptids, because we are, let's be honest, we're not through these. We have so many to get through. But it's been fun. A lot more Bigfoots than I thought. Learned one interesting one with like I actually kind of liked of the vagueness of it, just the fact that we actually have photographic proof that looks cool, is the Jacob photographs. And then Pennsylvania White Bigfoot had a really cool video, which I've never seen. That was a lot of fun. I like that. But also disappointment, like the Hopskin Goblin. I wish that was a cooler thing than it was. Such a cool name. Same with the Indescribable Octoman. Could have been cool. Also sounds like like a monster for like a Godzilla movie or some shit, like a MonsterVerse-esque thing. But you know, it happens. But yeah, I think we're gonna call it there. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. Did you guys enjoy the cryptids of today? It was a lot of fun, I thought. Like I said, I'll let you guys know when we do one. It might not be right away. We're gonna do another part 2 of this eventually. That should be a lot of fun to do. It might be a little while, but we'll come back to this. We'll finish it up. Should be a lot of fun. Yeah, thank you all so much for being here. Hope you guys had a fantastic day and a fantastic time on stream. If you're new here, welcome. We're just finishing up a ranking of cryptids and learning about cryptids. If you did miss it, you know, watch the stream back or tune in for next time we do it. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here. I stream Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. If you want to know what that is in your time zone, check out the schedule on the offline screen. Also stream. No, I already did that. I already said that. I'll be back Wednesday with Totally Normal Dark Souls, as we're stuck on a dragon named Mir. Seems like a punk bitch with too much health, honestly. We're on that fight. We're in the middle of the first DLC. We're almost done with that DLC, moving on to the Ring City. So we're getting there. And then Thursday, we got 2 more chapters left of RE4 Remake, which I thought we were going to be done last week, but I was wrong. Nonetheless, that's what we got planned for this week. I post a new schedule every Sunday. If you miss me when I'm not streaming, I try to post a new clip every day across all the platforms that I post my schedule on, which I never said, which is the waiting room on YouTube and the offline screen on Twitch. I do multi-stream across those platforms. I also post my schedule on the post section on YouTube, along with the Twitter and Blue Sky, where they're pinned, so you have multiple places to check out the schedule. I also post the shorts there across all those platforms I just said, along with TikTok and Instagram. I'm pretty sure I said new schedules are posted on Sundays, so if you like to be sticking around, you want to know when I post a new schedule, check out there. And I'll be back Wednesday, guys. Y'all have a fantastic day. Don't trust the wood booger. He's just trying to steal your merchandise. This, I can tell you, is a fact. Or Mothman. He'll steal your town. Anyway, have a lovely day. Bye-bye.